Hey everybody, how's it going? Figured I'd start my first stream post-release of Mercer finally. It's been a couple weeks. This is my established save game from when I was testing. And we're going to be doing some chores today and probably some hay. Hopefully, if it doesn't rain. Should probably check the forecast. Oh yes, it never rains in this save game. It says it's gonna, but it never does. So let's get started, I guess. So just the other day I bought this heifer pen. Yeah, this is where I'm storing my heifers. So right now it looks like they need some hay. They're good on straw. Let's take care of that right now. Probably gonna need to haul some hay over here soon too. I guess that was the last of it. Yep, that's the last of it. Thought I had this thing set to automatic, but apparently not. Now? Oh. Huh. How's it going, everybody? I'm trying to get my truck to work in automatic mode here, but it's not working. Hey, Bozer. How's it going? Oh, I guess my Discord invite thing didn't send. There. That should get some more people in here. Oh. So just heading over to my main dairy farm here. That's good, Bozer. I had this truck working as a 3-speed automatic last night, and now it's not working, so I don't know what I did, so I just had to manually shift it. Hey, Midgetino? Am I gonna join a voice chat in my Discord? I guess I could. As long as everybody keeps the chat kind of appropriate. Just give me a second here. I'll park the truck and join the voice chat. I didn't even realize I was streaming for a couple minutes here, and I didn't even click OK to send it in the Discord there. That was kind of embarrassing. Yeah, I was sitting there and I'm like, why is my Discord all like grayed out? And then I noticed there's like a thing there warning me before I set it at everybody to 500 plus people. So, hey Smebby, hey Adam, how's it going, guys? Hey man. Oh,
Hello.
how's it going?
I'm actually pretty good.
That's good.
I am currently mowing hay on my farm.
That's what I'm about to do here. I hope if it doesn't rain, but it never seems to rain
I
in my save game.
mod man. I was tired with just having to tether it and then hoping it's gonna dry with season, so I decided to just get a mod for it.
Sorry, I didn't catch what you said there. I was.
Oh, I just bought a mod because I'm done with trying to tether it and then it not working at all, like my hay rotting or whatever.
Oh, it should dry on its own. As long as you just mow it when there's like at the top of my screen there. See where it says like there's like the cloud and the temperature. Make sure it doesn't show like a raindrop kind of thing there.
Yeah, that's
And
one issue I've had. Like I never get it in time, or like because it's usually a big field that I'm doing with a small mower, so by the time it takes me usually is a while, obviously. But
yeah, but if you're mowing it, well, it's completely soaked. It won't dry at all. Then you need to ted it.
hmm
I always wait for it to make sure the crops aren't wet, then mow it, and then it should be good.
Okay.
Uh, Looks like I gotta. What are you doing in this chat, Ghost? Are you telling these people this is coming to console? Oh my god. Next thing you know, this is gonna be on Silver News tomorrow, and people are gonna wonder why it's not on console on Sunday.
You know of any good mowing mods aside from like that would be realistic for an American map? I'm just using like that New Holland one that's in the base game that goes off to the side.
Oh,
You know,
yeah, Discbind. Yeah, that's
yeah, that one.
I mean, Appalachia's Modding released one, but he took his page down. But NEFG has one where it's the same thing but a case, if that's what you're looking for. Other
I'm
than
just looking for
that,
some of it there because I got two huge grass fields. I got
something bigger.
the one in the bottom left of the map, left of field 22, and then the one on the farm right near that.
What have I
That's the
got
farm I
here?
got right now.
Technically, they do sell these triple mowers here in North America.
Oh,
Uh,
they do. I didn't even know that.
yeah,
There's
they're starting to become more and more common. If you download the NovaCAD A10CF, it actually puts it into Windrows for you, so you don't have to run a you don't have to merge it.
that would be
So
nice. Yeah.
yeah, that'll work. So let's feed out some wrap bales here. This poor little skid steer gets just worked to the bone here.
Yeah, I half the time I can't even do really much with skid steers. Like I only have a bobcat just for moving manure and stuff like that. It's really all I can do because I have a pretty small farm, 25 cows.
Yeah, I use skid steers as much as I get. Oh, that's the truck there.
I
Dude,
like to use skid steers, but then there's the issue of they can't pick anything up.
I had my mic
But
on the wrong source, so no wonder why you couldn't hear me. I was talking to myself for 10 minutes.
oh,
Oh, just ran over that. Oh my.
that used to happen to me when I switched to start using push to talk.
Yeah.
I just forget that I have it on or something, or sometimes I just like I've had voice activity on or something.
Hey Mike, how's it going? Yeah, I recorded the entire last tutorial for Mercer with my mic muted, so don't feel too bad.
Oh,
That's why the last one is so rushed, and I missed a few things actually.
yeah.
Thanks TX, TX truck stuff.
That's awesome.
You know, I actually have not played on it yet, because I really have been playing a lot of COD lately, but I'm gonna have to get in it at some point, because it's actually, like, a realistic American map, unlike a lot of other maps.
Oh, trust
Yeah,
me,
I
we're
wish it was
gonna.
one with.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm about to take the realism even further on Automokes when I get started on it. I'm just plotting out my ideas.
Good.
Yeah, it's a great map though. It's got quite a lot of farms, which is nice. You can pick and choose. I made the mistake of not choosing the farm that has the heifer pen, which kind of sucks because I have to go through my heifer then with my dairy cows now because I don't think the one on the left side, bottom left, has got a separate pen. So
No, most of them don't. I just buy a farm and use that as a heifer farm. I'm pretty good, Mike.
yeah,
Turn.
Yeah, I have 17,000, almost 18,000, but I haven't earned anything because I kind of just started to save. I'm mid-spring right now, 3 days in, 6-day seasons.
Is it your first year?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my second year. Yeah, second year. How do I sound now, Country Fisher? And hey, Pleasant View Farms. I might have to turn Discord volume down too.
Jeez,
I
Tyson,
keep
you
on
almost got
making.
40 hours on that damn skid steer.
Do I? Oh yeah, I do.
Oh, wow. I have 2 hours on my tractor that I use the most.
I
That's the tractor.
I used that skid steer to remove a lot of manure in my first year. What else have I got to do today? I guess I got to feed milk replacer and move some calves.
Yeah, I might wanna. I'm gonna start saving up to buy the farm. That's 200,000 for that farm, but it's the closest farm that's got a cow pen, unless that one down there, which is that's more expensive. Because I
I
don't.
I
Trying to
bought
find
this
the
one. I think
cheapest farm
this
that has a.
I bought this one and just used it for heifers. But
Which one is that?
the top left here, by 27. But I was gonna buy this, but then I
Hmm.
thought that's a little too crazy for what I need for now.
I'm thinking the one by the shop, just because I know it's far away, yeah, but it's also the cheapest. I don't know. I might save up a bit more and go for the one just north of me, because I'm on the farm in the bottom left, right?
Oh, you're talking about this one over here, by 21.
It's to the left. It's north of field 9.
Oh no, rainy 95.
Oh, the main farm.
Hey guys, what's up?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I always thought the main farm was the one on the right side by 30 because it's got like a 2 pens and all that. It's got the heifer pen, but I'll be right back.
No, that's not the main farm. Hey, Mark. Thanks. The reason why I didn't add traffic is because the traffic in this game is absolutely horrendous. I personally don't think that it's realistic at all, and when they rear end your equipment and whatnot, it's just such a pain. And on top of that, when I made the map, I didn't know how to add traffic. So. Nope.
Tyson, how's work been going?
Oh, pretty good, I guess.
Good, that's good.
It's kind of starting to slow down again like it did last year.
Yeah.
I haven't worked overtime in 2 months. That's a record for me.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. At the beginning of the year, I was staying late to work overtime, but now I don't even do that. It's because there's a shortage of processors, right? Like the
Yeah.
graphics card companies have a shortage of graphics cards, but also the automakers have a shortage of CPUs and whatnot for their ECMs and whatnot. So all the plants that our stuff eventually ends up at are laid off right now.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Yeah, well, it doesn't look like we're gonna get laid off, but it's still slow.
You could do what I do till 4 in the morning working on somebody's car. I'll trade you on that.
Oh man, I'm done working on vehicles. It's all newer stuff from here on out. I loved my Jeep, but it had to go.
I'm back.
Oh,
back.
I was talking about that Clackgas 5.0 that I was working on. That old, my boss's daughter's Clap 5.0.
Wait, which cow trailer is that?
I honestly don't remember. There's like 5 or 6 of them on the in-game mod hub that are about this size if you want one.
Yeah, I think I grabbed a couple, but I'm just
Let me put this thing in park first so it doesn't roll off into my field. I'll show you what it looks like. It just says old cattle trailer.
I run
I'm on the
modded Wilson.
I'm on the mod hub right now. Wait, is it it might be the one axle trailer.
Just put it under.
Maybe.
There's only like 2 pages worth of animal transport stuff, so just search for that. Like, just go into categories and
Oh,
That's how I
got
found
it.
it.
Yeah, it's not a bad
Oh,
trailer though.
okay,
It's
good.
simple.
My mic is working out.
It's kind of more fun when it was enclosed, but yeah, it's fine. Just for moving calves
Hey,
and stuff.
I just use my normal Wilson.
I would, but it's such a pain to get it in there.
But the one that I have is modified so heavily. Eventually I'll post pictures of it.
I
Yep.
honestly don't know what the obsession with cone bottom bins is, but let me tell you, the one farm I grew up on, because my parents didn't farm. Their grandparents were farmers, but my parents didn't farm. But the one farm we lived on growing up, they had a cone bottom bin, and that was the only bin they had, just one bin. And I have no idea what the obsession is, but it sure beats sweeping the bin out.
Did I ever tell you about that one time that I worked a corn bin fire?
You worked at a corn bin fire?
Yeah, well, it was actually after the fire had started, and we needed to clean it out because I worked for a mill,
Yep.
and I had to shovel that shit by hand off into the fucking auger.
Oh boy.
It sucked balls.
Uh, when I was a kid, we had when I was in kindergarten. I remember being at school and they rushing us all inside because the feed mill next door caught on fire.
No shit.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then there was one in the town down the road that caught on fire, and it was a big fire. There's a lot of fires that year actually, because back when I was a kid, there was only 1 year of kindergarten. It became 2 years in 2000.
Oh yeah.
Uh, so the town. So I grew up outside of Listowel, which you guys are familiar with Letterkenny. That's where it's kind of where they based it on.
Yeah.
And Listowel had half their downtown, like, well, not half of it, but like 3 stores burnt in one big fire. And then it would have been the same year that the feed mill burnt in town. And then I went to school in Atwood, which is the town outside. And that's where there was another, I don't know if it was a grain elevator or a feed mill or what, but it burnt. And I think another one actually, I think 2 actually burnt in Listowel because there was, yeah, so they have junior kindergarten and senior kindergarten. It's something they started after I was out of kindergarten. But that was,
high school and kindergarten.
what? No, in way back when I went to kindergarten in 1990.
Yeah. No, I know. But what you said like junior and senior. I was thinking high school because.
Oh no. It's all by grade numbers here.
Yeah.
I know you
I
guys
was
have
gonna
fancy
say
names for
you're-
your grades.
Wait, so is it just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12?
Yep.
Yes,
Yes.
I can confirm that as well.
And okay, so for us, it's 1 through 5 is elementary, 6 through
Mhm.
8 is middle, and then middle school, and then 9 through 12 is high school.
Yeah. See, we don't
That's
have middle
same
school
here
here.
in Texas.
Oh, you don't?
No.
So it's just like school.
Yep, basically. Tyson, I hate to keep asking so many questions, but like when you're working on your farm there, how do you have so much stuff to do with seasons and without changing the time? Or like, do you change the time?
Oh,
Whenever you're good enough
I
to
do
do it?
change the time. I've had to skip through the last 6 days. I was on 3-day seasons when I started, but then it was too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, but back to the story. Yeah, I just remember like there was smoke coming out of the top of the feed mill, and I just remember that I don't remember much about the day, but I just remember being rushed back into the school and having to get picked up because it burnt to the ground.
Damn.
Jeez.
And there was another one that burnt to the ground. I believe it was called Boyd's, and it was back off a little side street, and it burnt to the ground too. And my dad fixed forklifts, and he still does actually. He fixed he was working on a forklift in town that day, and he said you could see just the rats running all over town that day. They were escaping that
Oh.
fire, and it was quite the mess. Yeah, I do have a bit of shit to haul. Actually, that's what I was gonna do. Actually, I was gonna move some. You guys got me all distracted talking about history here.
And Canadians, you know.
Oh yeah, I
Canadians.
gotta talk about the time the feed mill burnt in two different towns, right?
Mhm.
I started with the one with the heifer barn, and actually took out the one barn and put a monoslope barn for my steers. Calf barn. Oh, that's pretty cool, man. Are you talking about the one where my heifers are at the top there? Yeah, Letterkenny is pretty awesome. When I was a kid, Jared Kiso's girlfriend was babysitting us, and she invited him over. And I don't remember much about what happened because I would have been like 5 or 6, and I just remember him getting so pissed off with me and my brother because we were little shit disturbers, and I'm pretty sure me and him are the reason why he hates kids. His girlfriend at the time lived right down the road. Like, I'm talking like 4 or 5 houses.
Okay, so you're only running 30 FPS right now, or am I like?
It's locked to 30 FPS.
Really? Why?
Well, it's running 54 right now. I
Well, then
I
I'm
stream
blind.
I stream at 30 FPS because I don't want my stream to lag, right?
Oh, I see.
Yeah. I got a backlog of manure to haul. I might do some fertilizing contracts just to spread manure.
Oh no, I'm looking forward to that Canadian map, Tyson.
Oh man, I'm still plotting out ideas for it because like
Your Canadian map?
I want to make an Ontario map. But
Yeah, it's going to be mint.
Hold up, Tyson. Check your chat.
hold on. Do I know Jared Kiso? No. Before he's famous, like when he was in high school, he was like I said, his girlfriend at the time. I don't remember what her name was. Her dad owned a small trucking company down the road, and my parents could struggle to find babysitters for me and my brother because we were little shit disturbers. Like we made every babysitter run, and she volunteered. And she was dating him at the time because Jared Kiesel lived in Listowel, right? Or somewhere around Listowel. His parents ran the sawmill right across the road from the John Deere dealer until it burnt. And he came over, and I remember him. I'm pretty sure he was starting to slap the shit out of me and my brother because we were causing all kinds of problems. I could go on of all these stories about what me and my brother did to just piss off every babysitter. If we had a babysitter come back more than once, we were lucky.
Sounds like it.
Dang, that little calf area looks cool as fuck.
Yeah, it's actually a placeable. I just dumped it there because there's nowhere else to put it on the farm.
That is sweet.
Yeah, the goal is to finish all my tractor projects slowly. I've been kind of burnt out lately. This is the most fun I've had in a while. I mean, I sold my Jeep the other day and they crashed it on the test drive.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, still kind of pissed about that.
I mean, what type of dumbass does that? Like,
somebody who doesn't realize what they're about to own.
But look at it this way, you don't have to pay for the repairs and you don't have to deal with your insurance company over it.
It wasn't even insured. They weren't supposed to take it down the road. Me and my dad are sitting there like it hasn't been driven since 2019. Don't drive it on the road. Like, okay, we're just gonna take it down the laneway.
oh, you're kidding me.
Oh yeah, we watch it go to the end of the laneway. The blinker come on. I'm thinking, okay, they're just gonna go down the road, turn around, right? They get it on the road. They're driving slow, whatever, and then they get out to the next intersection. You can just sitting there. All of a sudden, you hear the Jeep rev. You just hear the sound. You know that V8 sound when they rev to 6,000 RPM, and then tires squealing, and then no sound, and then a semi truck passes, and we're like, "Where the hell's the Jeep?" And a couple seconds later, the other guy's phone rings, and he gets off the phone and he says, "Yeah, they're stuck." And I'm thinking, what the fuck?
Oh my
And
gosh.
I hop in my truck. He hops in his truck. My dad hops in his work van because where did he get stuck? Like, did he try to drive this thing through a field? Like, what did he do? Right? We get over there. Like, we're talking. He was literally beyond the house beside my parents' place,
Yeah.
and it was in the ditch about 20 feet. He slammed that thing into the ditch. He lost control and put it in the ditch. He couldn't hold on.
Oh my gosh.
And it doesn't make that much power, but it's got old mud tires on it, which are basically hockey pucks when it's minus 15.
Oh yeah.
So,
Come on, man.
That's
Minus
a good
15 not even
analogy
that
right
cold.
there.
sorry, what'd you say? Two of you are talking at once.
Nah, yeah, whatever. I was saying something.
Minus 15, that's it.
Minus 15 Celsius, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. I'm trying to figure out where's the other trigger for this door. That was something I was supposed to fix, but...
No, the issue is on some of the doors, you have to step back and then go back towards them.
Yeah. I
Like
bet
quite a
it's
ways
because
and then go back towards
the
them.
triggers are touching, that's why.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't place them, so I never bothered to fix them.
Margie! Michael! What are you doing?
I have just enough to buy the Nova Disc 812 from the Alpine Farming Pack. European? Yep. On an American map? Yep. Need a bigger mower, man. Oh, no, I'm an idiot.
I run the big X if I need anything.
Yo, Foxacre Farms in the chat. If you can hear me, I am not from Canada. I am from North Dakota.
I'm from Canada. I don't know where Tyson, you're from Canada, right?
Yeah, I'm from Ontario.
Okay. Wasn't sure if you had moved or anything.
No.
And y'all have
I mean...
a Southern American friend here from Texas.
Wait, you're from Texas?
I told you that already, Tyson.
For some reason I thought you were from Tennessee.
No, I'm from Texas.
Oh.
You know, it's been brutally cold down there for you guys. You know, you ain't used to that, right? Hasn't it been like... Hasn't it been cold or something?
It got down to, I think what would be minus 15 Celsius down here.
See, I was about to say that's it again, but then I remembered it's Texas.
Hey, even minus 15 for Ontario the last.
Hold up.
You gotta remember 2015 we were out barbecuing on Christmas Day.
No
Well, there was
shit.
one year. There was one year that was really bad a couple of years back, but
Okay.
then the past couple of years have been terrible for snow.
Yeah.
Nothing.
That's why I asked you
Warm.
if I could FedEx you your weather back the other day, Tyson.
Oh yeah. No.
I love the snow, man. I'll
It's
take
already
it.
here. We don't need another. We don't need more.
I mean, kind of. Okay, not as much as other years, but there's been a bit of snow.
Finally gotten warm enough for it to melt, actually.
Rainy, say your degrees that it was the other day in Fahrenheit.
In Fahrenheit, it was like minus 8 at the lowest, maybe minus 9.
I don't know about that, honestly. Like, North Dakota, the past couple weeks, we've had probably, like... Honestly, we've had wind chills in the negative 35 Fahrenheit, so whatever the hell that is in Celsius, I don't know about...
Hey, Google, what is negative 35 Fahrenheit in Celsius?
35 degrees Fahrenheit is equivalent to minus 37.222 degrees Celsius.
Minus 37 degrees, basically. That's kind of cold. Like, that's getting up there. Or down there, I guess. It's
just a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. Well, are you in northern Texas?
Mm-mm.
Dang, southern?
Now,
East Texas.
hold on.
North. It would be, yeah, I guess it would be North Texas because northeast.
Yeah.
Right there around Arkansas.
Hold on.
I see.
So I gotta ask, do you guys in Texas even own winter coats?
Yeah.
I don't think.
Okay, I wasn't
Really?
sure. Okay, I was thinking about that at work. I'm like, do these people even have winter coats? Like, do they have anything to go outside?
We're in the middle of hog season right now.
The middle of what season?
Hog.
Hog season.
Oh, hog season. I was like, what the hell are you?
Yeah, this is the best time to hunt hogs right now because they're active, because they're trying to move and find warmer spots. So they're going to move northwards. They're either going to move north or they're going to move south, depending on whichever way the wind is blowing and where you're hunting.
All right, hold on. I gotta reply to a few people here. No one
Fox
with
Acres
the
Farm, North Dakota is just South Canada.
yeah, no one with the actual heifer burn. The one burn to the west with the silos. Put the cat fins inside the burn. Not quite sure what you mean there either. Sorry, man. Ryder, I saw your message there. You need a forage blower, and I'm also not mowing grass right now.
Oh my god.
I don't own that land. You need a forage blower. I released one on my page that has a really, really big fill node, which means you build a. It should work with just about every forage box, but I did my best to make it compatible with as many other mods as possible. But some people do have issues with some forage wagons, so make sure you test it first. What else we got here? Thanks, Jason. I'm glad you're enjoying the map.
I think it's the only map I've played since I got it, really.
I honestly,
Like I was messing around on a couple of the maps, but that's about it.
Boys, I gotta go eat dinner. I'll be right back.
All right.
I'm honestly surprised it was this. I thought people would think it was too complex or just way over the top, and a lot of people did. I mean, I got a lot of complaints on modhub.us, but that was kind of the goal when I released everything separately.
Get complaints or make it realistic.
You know the website modhub.us where guys can just comment anonymously on stuff?
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
And never give any site the ability to comment anonymously, because trust me, it will turn.
Oh yeah.
bad.
Oh yeah, it's the most hated website in the farm sim community.
I wonder why.
Yeah, so anyways, they're complaining because their website search sucks. Everything about the website sucks, except for the fact that they have bots that go around and steal mods from every other website. So when they stole all of the mods from Mercer, they didn't get the links to all the other stuff. So they're complaining that none of it works.
Yeah, I think someone sent a link to modhub.us because I think it's mostly American mods, right?
It's everything.
Right?
It's everything. They pull it from they pull mods from every single website.
Oh, well, that's something.
Yeah, it's kind of. I think it's hilarious that they are because like they were just leaving, and they always do it. No matter how good something is, somebody will always leave a hateful comment. It's a really messed up website.
Yeah, that's just the online community. It doesn't really know way to get around it. Is this guy done? Why did I just? Oh, because it's top of the hour. I'm wondering, like, this guy's done planting. Why am I getting charged? He's done.
Hey, Sierra Farming Videos, I'm doing pretty good tonight. How about you?
Hey, 3 people from Ontario now
Yeah,
on the stream.
It's 3 of us.
You, me, and then yeah.
I really like this map because there's plenty of shit to do.
Hey, everybody says this map's flat, but I think I found the only hill. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, you want the only hill? Bottom right of the map. It's not a hill, it's a scrap pile, but trust me, I ramped off that thing so hard it went flying.
I don't know why people complain about flat maps, man. All I've ever known in my entire life is flat. But like not prairie flat, but like
it's not bad to have a flat map. Do you know how easy it is to go up hills on a flat map?
you know how easy it is to go up hills in general in this game?
Not very when you got a heavy load and if you got a tractor that shouldn't be able to handle something, it's not gonna work.
I know it's
because
weird.
the way I play, if I got an implement that I gotta pull, I'm pulling it. Right size tractor or not, it's getting pulled.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I played some European maps back in the day, like in FS19. I remember playing with the gearbox hat on, not being able to make it up some hills. It was like these hills aren't even that extreme.
I can't play European maps. I can't.
Oh man,
they're too cramped. They're too cramped.
I didn't know there was. Okay, so I've been
hedges on every field, and
I've been in the community since 2008, and I could never figure out where the U.S. community was hiding. I've seen U.S. videos and whatnot, but I could never get like the. It wasn't until 19 came out that I just started from scratch with all U.S. spec stuff. So,
yeah, me kind of as well. Like, I got some European stuff, but most of my equipment's John Deere, Case. I have some European mods because, you know, sometimes there's not an American mod for something, so you just got to substitute with a European mod.
Yeah.
Sometimes it looks stupid, sometimes it doesn't, right? Like, I have a slurry tanker, because I don't have a good American slurry tanker.
There's a few of them out there. There's the GEAs from Affiliations Modding. I fixed up a pack of Noon tanks.
I have an Italian one. I only use it because it actually looks, I think, from videos that I've seen, American manure or slurry spreaders, this looks kind of similar. It's the best I've seen, personally. But
most slurry tanks are made in Ontario. We got Noon, Husky here, or in Canada in general, I guess I should say, because Hool and GA are in Quebec. But yeah, most slurry tanks you'll see are Canadian.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, you got Jamesway in the U.S. I think they're American. I'm not 100% sure. Someone might correct me on this. Actually, I think Jamesway might actually be owned by Valmetal, which is in Quebec as well. So I don't think there's a single major American slurry tank manufacturer. Somebody in the chat could probably correct me on this, but as far as I know, Noon and GEA are the top ones. Thanks, Jason. I haven't done much to Automokes yet. I just gotta find the motivation. And lately, I've just been. It was a huge rush to sell the CJ and whatnot. I took 4 days off work, hoping that I was there last week, and hoping that I'd find time to work on Automokes. But I spent most of it getting ready to sell the CJ because the guy came Friday morning, and Monday was a holiday, and then he came Wednesday, picked it up. So all my time in the last week or so has been spent on getting the CJ sold. So. That's pretty cool that you live in Mercer, Pleasant View Farms. Ontario is pretty much just like this in some areas. Some places have got some pretty wild hills. I mean, we got if you go to the east of me, there's even potato farms, small scale ones, and that's kind of something I wanted to add if I make an Ontario. Well, it's not if I do intend to start on one, and I do hope to finish it. But yeah, I do want to add potatoes. They do grow sugar beets here in some areas, not where I am, but I will add them anyways, just because. We grew canola when I was a kid in the area, but they don't anymore. But I'm gonna add that anyways, just because there are some guys that still do. Sunflowers are grown here. We pretty much grow more of the crops in the game than you'd see on most American maps in one map. The only thing you're not gonna see is cotton and sugarcane.
Yeah, that's one thing that.
Yeah, those are two things that aren't gonna grow here.
No.
But it just depends where you go in the province is what you'll see. And my current idea is to make it kind of generic, right? Kind of because like I notice a lot of American maps. It's like, and I know it's realistic, but you'll see like Mercer here, it's all dairy. But like here, it's like you'll have 4 dairy farms and you'll have a pig farm. And then down the road, you have a big chicken farm.
Well, I know not near me. It's a few hours. I think it's about a few hours away. They got what I've seen, like I've never been there. Like I don't go there often. Obviously, like I don't live on near farms really. I'm somewhat far away from farms. Not far away, but like I don't know, half an hour away out of the city maybe, and probably about an hour actually. Depending on which way you go, you might get to some farmland, but in some areas, you got some cow farms and stuff. It just depends on what the farm has, right? Like what the land's like.
Yeah.
Because if it's already got lots of grass, I guess you should plant grass, I think. Well, yeah. Kind of depends on the land, I think. I don't have the best knowledge when it comes to farming, but because you don't want to put if the land's better for growing something cows aren't gonna eat, you don't want to put a cow farm there, right? I guess.
I'm trying to figure out which way I should have this mower. Probably go back the other way here.
Wait, so is that beige? Is that hay?
This is so basically I'm horrible at getting all the hay, especially when I'm using a small square baler. So that is the beige stuff is hay. And I'm cutting semi-dry grass. If it's grass, it's darker green when it comes out of the mower. So basically, because the crops are dry, it's cutting a semi-dry grass and it'll dry. I live outside of Stratford now, but I grew up outside of Atwood, And then before that, or between here and now, kind of the last farm I lived on was by a place called Bruner, if you ever heard of it.
Chickens are where it's at. If there was a better way to transport eggs in farm sim, yeah, I'd probably do chickens.
There's an autoload pallet. And you
Yeah, I mean like
oh, you mean if you have like
game.
20,000 chickens?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be miserable even with the pallet.
I have this egg crate mod just for like small scale chicken farming. It holds 600 liters of eggs, so 4 boxes. It's got like a little handle on top. I have the egg pallet, which is 2,400. I have a fillable pallet with tension belts. Got a tire, which, you know, what would be neat is if you're if you don't put weight on your bunker silos, that actually like it wouldn't be as sealed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, they Giants won't add anything cool like that though. You got to remember their target audience is all those kids buying this on console.
Yeah.
That's why they dropped transmissions at the last second. I don't know if you guys remember, but Giants promised us transmission simulation for FS19, and we never got it.
No.
And I'm still.
But it makes sense. They gotta cater to certain people. But you know, there's a gearbox mod or whatever.
Yeah.
Gearbox add-on. You know, modders are insane, carrying the entire community for Giants.
Yep.
Like, this map wouldn't work with the Cavs without Seasons, really, because Seasons brings most... Like, you probably still could do it, but this Season just makes it easier, if I'm not mistaken. With, like, because it already gives cows ages, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and...
Which makes the Cavs easier.
I wish Seasons would have added the ability to, you know, say make alfalfa dry on its own, so I didn't have to make alfalfa cut into grass. But I'll be damned if I'm taking Tedder to alfalfa. Or Tedder to anything.
That's why I just downloaded a mod for it. Put that on my farm. I haven't used it yet because I'm just doing first cutting grass right now.
Hold on here. I'm trying to figure out what button do I have set to lift. Oh, it's that one. Okay.
See, I was using the default in-game one that's similar to that, the New Holland, but I keep forgetting it doesn't lift. It only turns on and off and folds. So I'm sitting there at the end of my row, still mowing because I'm doing that grass field. No, not the base game one, no.
Oh, I thought it did.
Because the farm in the bottom, the left side of the map, south of 24, like north of 9, that one there, the main farm, I think you said it was. Those grass fields, there's the grass field, and then there's like a little headland around it of like wild grass, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying not to mow that because I don't want to mow that, obviously, because
it'll grow back.
That's wild grass. No, I know it'll grow back, but it's just close to the road, and I don't want to get grass on the road. Just because you can't pick it up, but... So
Hey.
I was trying to lift it up, but it wouldn't lift up, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah, I didn't know it didn't lift. Hey, Adam, I'm pretty sure... I know they grow sugar beets there, and I'm pretty sure they'll grow anywhere else. I think it's just the transport costs that really stop people from growing them everywhere else here. Because if there's no processing plant, you gotta truck them, right? So if you gotta truck them, you know, 3 hours from London, you're not making any money on your sugar beets, right? And I guess down your way you have a lot of tomato farms too, or is that all indoors? I never really studied that. I know you guys had the Heinz plant down there, kind of by Windsor area, or Leamington, I guess it was.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah, we had a Heinz. It's French's ketchup now that makes ketchup here.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. You'll never see anybody in Ontario buying Heinz ketchup, because Heinz closed the plant.
Yeah, I just wish that there was so at the farm on the left side of the map, the one I'm at, if you look in the cow barn, there's almost like there's 2 sections to it, because you have like the drive down the middle to get through, then you have like the 2 sides for cows, but then you have gates on each side. I wish you could put heifers on one side or something, so that like there's 2 cow triggers and 2 nav meshes separately, so there's heifers on one side. Which I know it's not realistic because that would be for milking cows, right? Just because that's the way they usually are with the stalls like that.
Yeah.
But it would be kind of cool to see, like, to have a heifer barn on every farm, so I don't need to go buy another farm for
Yeah,
100,000.
most modern operations do have the heifers on the same farm. Where I grew up, though, we lived on the the farm where they had the heifer barn. It actually had 2 houses on it, and that's why we rented the one actually. And then his father, the landlord's father, down the road had the dairy farm.
Wait, Pleasant View Farms. Do you mean like having the heifers in the same type of milking style barn? I guess.
Hey, see our farming videos? I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed to you. Actually, I can't remember. I remember seeing somebody doing green beans, or I always thought those were peas. I used to live in Ingersoll actually, and I used to drive by these guys with the oxbow harvesters, and I thought they were doing peas. I had no idea what they were doing. They'd harvest it, and it looked like it looked like mowed grass in the field, and it'd leave like a windrow of grass. I didn't know what that was. I always thought it was peas. And Adam, I had no idea they shipped the sugar beets back to Michigan there. I thought they had a processing plant in Windsor. I actually don't know anything about sugar beets in Ontario other than that they grew them down there.
It's taking a lot less time to harvest or mow this with this mower. It's still taking time, obviously, but it's taking a lot less. Getting 2 rows in than like a small row, because just getting between the mower, because I don't have money to buy a front mower. Yeah, I have $5,000.
Yeah, you should have bought the front mower and used the New Holland with it.
Yeah, I probably should have, but I sold that just so I can do this one instead, because I'm using the John Deere 40 series without a front linkage, so I kind of can't do that. I don't think any of my tractors have a front linkage, I'm gonna be honest. This one is my old tractor that I don't even use; it's just there for show. Yeah, none of my tractors, I don't think, unless my last tractor does. None of my tractors have front linkages.
Cool.
Well, it'd be nice to have a 3-point on the back of this side mower, and then you can put what should be on the front mower there.
Yeah. Oh, 1 second here.
That'll work.
So, Springfield, that's down by Petrolia, isn't it? You guys drive those pea harvesters, like those oxbow harvesters, all the way from that area? That's insane. And Adam, do you remember? I don't know. As a kid, I had this video of this Michigan sugar beet farmer. It was like a VHS thing that they made. Do any of you guys remember that? Like I remember they had all '90s John Deere stuff, and they were sugar beet farmers, and they did edible beans as well. Did any of you guys remember that? I found it on Amazon once, but it was like $40. They don't have a VHS player, but I just remember I remember them using a 4960 with a dump cart to do edible beans, and they had their combine modified, so it was all belts. The unloading auger, everything was belts. Do you guys? And that's where I first learned about sugar beets when I was a kid. And
They can't use an auger. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you can't use an auger with edible beans because they'll crack them.
Or sugar beets, right? Because they're too big, I guess.
Yeah, they're too big, but
it'll crush them.
Yeah, edible beans are like if you go get like pork and beans. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like canned beans, like you go.
Yeah.
Like baked beans.
I know what they are. I'm from the South. We eat a lot of pork and beans.
Oh yeah, you ever see them growing them, man?
No, we don't. We don't grow.
Oh, they grow them a lot here.
I just searched up pea harvester, and that thing looked kind of weird. Like the whole front end can lift up so it's straight. In one of the pictures, like it was going down a hill, but like the machine was straight, but it was still going down a hill. It looked kind of weird.
Look up the Oxbow pea harvester, and you'll know what we're talking about here. Or just click on
CR Farming
Videos video. I'm pretty sure he's got a video of it. Ilmer.
You can on the stream, which I don't really like. I can't click on chat to go to someone's channel. I have to actually search it up. That's fine.
Hey,
CR
Keith.
Farming Videos.
My dad went to LDSS way back when. Is this my personal edit? No, this is 7L Farms. I just gave him my personal edit, and he gave me this back in return for doing half the work on it.
Wait, huh? What? Like this map? Oh, the tractor. Never mind. I just read chat.
Hold on here. CR farming videos. Is the pea harvester not the same? Like I know Oxbow makes a multi-harvester or something. I don't know much about it, but is it not the is it the same harvester? Or is it different? Or and are you guys the same crew that does the edible beans where they rip them out at night and then they harvest them with special pull-type combines, or is that another crew entirely? Oh, okay. I thought they were all just. I thought they were all Oxbow machines. They all. Okay. I always thought it was. Yeah, I don't know much about vegetable harvesting. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we don't do none down here.
Keith, which one did you work at? Did you work at the one by Giant Tiger that burnt down, or did you work at the one in Atwood that was by the school? Do they at least look similar, Adam? Or am I just really dumb and not know how to tell the difference? Because I'm pretty sure that's within the realm of possibility at this point.
My yield sucks over here. That's not good.
And was he got some dry hay and semi-dry hay going on there?
Yeah, that's the hay's dry because I use a small square baler and the pickup on it is horrendously narrow, and turning it back around to clean it up is just too much work. And there's no other way to get rid of it than wait for it to rain. And it hasn't rained yet.
And it blows it out the trailers. You gotta go back and
yep.
Pick them up, like again there.
I'm just mowing grass.
I'm still waiting. Did I tell you what I did to mine? My save, I was playing whatever, and I accidentally, I thought I was updating seasons, and it messed it up, and I accidentally saved, didn't realize my season was messed up, and I saved it, so I had to start over again.
Oh boy.
I wasn't too happy.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too happy either, man.
I just started the whole damn save over. Like, fuck it.
Hey, Pleasant View Farms. Each barn has a limit of how many bales can go in it, and that's set by the visual bales that I placed when I made them. They aren't the most realistic looking stacks. I just made kind of square stacks. I honestly don't even know. I guess I could have made a bit more efficient stacks, but for the most part, they were just. The idea was to make them as fast as possible because they are absolutely miserable to create, and I didn't want to sit there making really cool ones, but I had to make 10 of them.
Tyson, have you ever thought of making like a dedicated server for this map, or like at least doing a playthrough where you go live every so often and like stream on the server that you just locally host, and we can all hop on and like work on the farm?
No, because I work afternoons and I'd have no time to do it. That's why I'm just streaming now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm still trying to. I figured out. I found, in the main farm where you start at, the hay rows there. But is that the only? I was trying to figure out. I thought the barn behind it might have been a straw hay row barn, but it ain't, I guess.
Sorry, guys. My fiance just got back from the store.
I wish you could get supper.
I need to get a hold of Appalachia's New Holland, BC. Yeah, I mean, not gonna lie, he's probably gonna send it to me at some point.
I need to hurry up and get this grass grown before I can show you something.
I'll look at it in a minute here, Sierra Farming. I got way too much stuff going on here. What farm am I on? I'm down here, man, at the very bottom right corner. What'd you say?
You have a lot of going on your farm. Wow.
You know how I was telling you I was trying to get the full type choppers to work course plate?
Yeah.
I think I might got it.
Really?
Yep.
I honestly didn't even think of a way to make that work other than some crazy offset or something. I mean,
well, you couldn't get it to call. The problem is, the biggest thing was getting it to call like as a combine. Like you could get it to work, like it would pull up the mode and everything, but it wouldn't call for the combine. So it would just chop it without, blowing on the ground pretty much. But I got the combine search to come up on it.
That's good.
But I haven't been able to use it yet because I'm still waiting for my grass to grow.
I
got everything hooked up and ready for it.
I never use Courseplay anymore. When I switched to when FS19 came out, I never used Courseplay again. It was such a pain in 17. It didn't work in multiplayer, and I just remember at the end of 17 just giving up on it. And then
I never even used Courseplay.
It is fun if you're running a massive operation by yourself.
Yes, very like me.
Are you able to set up like some pretty crazy stuff with it, like hauling silage around and stuff like that?
Yes.
Once they're full, or
auto drive is the best thing for that.
But using Courseplay, you can basically automate your entire farm.
Yeah.
I really like auto drive with Courseplay because, how I was talking about, you make a network and you just tell it to go to that one place. You don't have to record separate paths and stuff.
Yeah, with Courseplay you have to record the path, and then you can reuse the path from the field. So if you combine, you can reuse that path to bale it, and that's how it knows where the swath is.
Well, you don't even have to save it. All you gotta do is copy it from that combine.
Yeah.
That's what I do. That way I don't have a bunch of clutter in there,
Back in 17, you could just make a folder for each field.
You can still do that.
Oh, well.
You still and stuff, yeah.
I remember getting on someone had a video, and they just automated everything. Like they just sat there and you could just see stuff just driving by. All they had to do was click play, and it was basically. But I'd rather do the work myself, because otherwise you're just watching a video at that point.
Yeah.
It is kind of cool to set it up though for the first time, but after a while, or something. Hey man, your connection's going bad. We can't understand what you're saying.
There's a bale collector mode. Oh.
There's a bale collector mode now?
Yeah, we hear you now.
They come out with it. And what it does is you don't have to make a field mode. It goes and collects it itself.
Oh.
You don't have to put the offsets or anything. I'm wanting to try it too, but I gotta wait for this grass.
So does it use? It only uses the auto load trailers, right? It doesn't use the floater.
No, it's bale loaders.
Yeah, but it doesn't use your like a front end loader. It's...
No. Just like a round baler pickup or a square barrel pickup or something.
Yeah.
Like that new hauling thing. We need it out for sure. That'd be cool for your square bales.
You guys think it'd be cool within Farm Sim? You could have like, when you start a game, you'd have the option between like American and European, and then when you open the shop, it only displays that kind of equipment.
Oh, that'd be the dream. But
like,
Giants doesn't care enough, man.
Yeah.
If I don't see some U.S. spec equipment, like actual proper U.S. spec tractors and whatnot, in the next game, I don't see why I'd ever go forward. Like I got the gearbox add-on, seasons added, everything I wanted. I can do whatever I want with the available scripts. Like look what I did with Mercer, all that stuff. Everything would have to be converted over, like all the tractors, all the mods we've made. It's just like
That would take
Giants
a long time,
better Giants better do something better than the orchards people are predicting they're going to add and hemp that they're predicted to add to try and convince us to buy it, because otherwise they're going to lose a lot of sales in North America if all our new
Oh yeah.
because here's how we know we're getting hemp and orchards. Giants licensed Hinniker, who used to make cabs back in the day, but now they make snowplows and hemp equipment for the most part, and a lot of organic farming stuff. And then they got a license with a company that makes orchard equipment, specifically sprayers and some other stuff. So I don't know if you've ever seen an orchard sprayer, but it's a big fan and it just blows like the mist all over the trees.
Right.
So they signed a
all over
license to
you?
those guys too. So obviously we're getting orchards, obviously we're getting hemp, but we haven't heard any signs of seeing I want to see some tractors with the drawbars on them. I don't want a slice weight. I want a suitcase weight. You know what I mean? I know it's.
Like, there's no. It's a lot of European stuff in the game.
It is, and yeah, Hinniker's still around. They don't make cabs anymore though, man. They make look them up. They make hemp harvesters. They make organic farming stuff, and they make snowplows. Oh, I've been neglecting the chat. Adam, yeah, Appalachian 6R needs a U.S. style hitch. Definitely does. It's definitely something that's very easy to add now that those other guys made that one that they attempted to make a U.S. spec. It's pretty close, but I think there's something I didn't like about it. Oh, right, the wheels. Yeah, I've never seen hubs like those on the front of a John Deere or on the rear.
Chicken Little 5147. I want some old American equipment. Oh my god. So do I. There's not a lot.
As far as old school equipment, Giants adds as little as possible because the companies, especially John Deere, don't want to basically advertise the old stuff, right? They want everybody to see what's new and cool. They don't want to, we might see a 4020 with a Hinniker cab, but we're not going to see like the entire history of everything that came out of Waterloo from 1919 to 2021.
Right, but that's what the modders do.
Yeah.
Like this 40 series I'm running right now is an older tractor, but it would be nice to see even just like some more John Deere implements, just some more like American style stuff, because there's nothing I don't think there's any John Deere implements at all. In the
no, there isn't.
mod list at all.
There's a baler in that one DLC. What do you call that? The tournament DLC. I should drop those in my Discord. I put that LR Modding's vertical tillage with proper wheels on it last time. I got those balers pulled out. I should put them in here.
So like John Deere's, there's nothing for it really in game except tractors and a couple harvesters.
Yep.
And the cotton one if you have the mod.
Yep,
DLC.
exactly. And it's like it's probably because the license was so expensive. But we have one DLC coming. It's called the R DLC. It's got its name now. If you go to Steam Database, you can actually check every game on Steam before a DLC drops. You can actually see it in the list. It won't be named, but it'll tell you how often they update it on Steam. And it's now called Codename R. It used to just be DLC with an ID number, but now it's called Codename R. So I don't think it's going to be anything John Deere. It's probably going to be something like Renault or something. Or somebody thinks the British company Roland. I think it's British. It's some European company. I don't know. Man, I was Country Fisher. I was so excited because like last year was like, or no, this year. No, last year. Last year was. No, I'm trying to think now. Was it 61 or 60 that John Deere came out with the Generation 2 stuff? You think that with the 60th anniversary of that, and the license with John Deere, they would do that. You know what I mean? That'd be something cool, and it wouldn't take much to model up a 4020 either. Like
I have a 4020 mod too.
Yeah, all of us pretty much do, but I mean, like a brand new one. That model goes way back.
I need a late model. I need a late model side console.
Yeah, like just stuff like that. Like it's like, but they'll add a Fiat tractor. That nobody.
Oh no.
That's what I don't understand about European farming is those 10-foot cultivators that they use. Like it's just like I know that they have road laws that say that nothing can be over 4 meters wide when it's going down the road, but like just put some wings on it. Like is it that hard to put some wheels under it? Like what are they? But I guess when your your average field's about as big as this one is here, I guess you do have to reverse it a lot. So I guess it is easier to have it mounted.
When your average field is like 10 square feet, you know.
Yeah.
You don't need the big stuff.
It's a lot of reversing.
Yeah. That's one thing I don't like with the European maps. It's either the fields are tiny or the fields are too big, or like, because some maps the fields are huge but the roads are so tight you can't drive the big equipment through it.
Yeah.
So you're running this tiny equipment down this huge field, right? But yeah, a Canadian map will be nice to see because there's no Canadian maps, I don't think.
There's a ton of them
that are
actually.
good.
There's a ton of them, but none of them.
Well, I know of at least.
They're all based in Alberta or Saskatchewan.
See, yeah, that's what I mean, like more of an Ontario map.
Yeah,
right?
I don't want to farm anywhere they don't own corn planters.
I actually got a pretty good John Deere corn planter right now running on one of my. It's not the biggest.
Wait.
6 meters.
What'd you say?
On a big bud, I don't want it.
Somebody said something about wheat. I think I didn't hear it.
They just said wheat, and more wheat.
Wheat, more wheat.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even think I have the big bud. I don't think I have it. I do not have it. I have a huge New Holland T8, but you know, man. What I remember though is an FS19 or not FS19, FS15 with the New Holland T8. That thing was awesome. Like the biggest tractor in the game. It's huge.
Just about every big bud that I can get my hands on right now. I've got JHHGs too, and they've supposed to have dropped another 450, the PC version that has simple IC, but I haven't seen it yet. So if anyone runs across it, let me know.
It's probably on his Patreon or something. I don't know. Just give it a couple weeks, they'll release it.
I mean, what I have noticed though is that
if it's a Patreon mod, then it'll probably get leaked.
Yeah, that's. I was surprised to see JHHG get a Patreon after he was just charging people $20 constantly, and then making them pay again when the stuff got leaked. Like $20, $20 in Poland goes a long way, and you got to figure a lot of people were paying him.
What's crazy is the quality of his mods. Even though most of his stuff ends up on console, the quality of his stuff is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Wait, Tyson, are you running shaders right now?
Yeah. Everybody makes fun of my config because it's only like 4 things.
See, I like the shaders, but the problem is they all run through reshade, and reshade is made to your whole game. It takes UIs into account too. I saw someone taking pictures of a game at one point, and they had the reflections on real high, so it looked like it was constantly raining. You know how odd it looked to see? It was a role play game, like it was an emergency service game. So and the siren controlled GUI was reflecting off the ground, and oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Like, kind of cool, nice shaders, but why?
Yeah,
like that's the one thing I don't like about reshade.
I've seen some ridiculous.
Well, I was messing around with some a couple days ago, but the problem is that whenever there's one that made everything look a lot different, it looked kind of nice, but it happened in the menu GUIs too. It was really annoying.
Yeah, that's probably MXAO.
Now I do have a question about it though, about shaders.
It was.
I was told that when you go to install them, you have to clear out all of your mods and uninstall it.
No.
Who told you that?
Gavin.
They're lying.
No, it's I always just winged the install. I never knew which DirectX or whatever what to install it for. I always just winged it. So when people ask for advice help install them, I just tell them no because I don't want to go through the trouble of teaching them how to uninstall them and reinstall them because I never read the guides on this stuff. I learned everything by myself, and sometimes it's the hard way, but...
Yeah, because I remember you telling me that when I asked you about it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, once you figure it out, it's easy, but I I messed it up so many times. I just don't give advice on shaders to people.
You
I mean,
don't
I'm sure
wanna- you don't
I'm sure
wanna
somebody
be-
wrote a readme, but I never read it. How do you use the silo
don't wanna
blower?
lead someone
You
the wrong
literally
way.
pull it under the silo with a tractor hooked up to it, and pull your wagon up to it, and unload into it the same way you use an auger.
Yeah, that's pretty
If
simple.
it's not working, you may have started your save game for the first time without Global Company, or started your game without Global Company at any point, and at which point it'll delete the silos, basically the way they function. So they'll be there visually, but all the functions will be gone, and the only way to fix that basically is to restart start a new save game.
Well,
I just
there's a
want-
benefit to him asking about the salvage blower. That means it's probably a new save.
Yep.
Maybe I haven't used that before, so
Yeah, or
at least if he does have to at least if you do have to restart, Chris, you're not losing a lot of progress. Okay, you might be. I'm not sure, but
See, I
you
got
might
lucky.
be. Seems like a new save. So
I got lucky. Oh, go ahead, Tyson.
Oh, I get a lot of complaints about the silage blower, and I've never had anybody actually work through what they did to solve it, because it works literally perfect for me. So I honestly, people need to give me more of a description of what's going on, because otherwise I can't know what people did to solve it in the end and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like any other, like all the script guys will not even respond to you if you don't give them like what your steps of what happened and whatnot, what you're running. And it's so hard to help if I don't know everything, right? Like if I, you know what I mean? Like Chris, when you
Yeah.
start your game, does it ever give you an error? Say like it pops up on your screen, you have to click OK, telling you you're missing Global Company.
He also could have outdated Global Company too.
It shouldn't be out of date. I designed it that it would work with any version. I run the latest, but
Well, so do I. I got lucky when I downloaded your map because I went from Flint Hills, which has to have Global Company and Seasons also, to yours, and it was just like, boom, ready to go.
honestly, I just wish that the cav functionality, like anything that runs through seasons on this map, was non-seasons compatible. You know what I mean? Like the cap system was when it wasn't built into seasons. It's nice that it's built into seasons because then you don't need to download a bunch of extra stuff. But I would kind of also like to see like you don't have to, so cause not a lot of people like running seasons. Personally, I never really did up until now. I'm finally running it with the save because it's a really awesome map and it makes up for it. Like kind of the
Oh, I love it.
hard bit of running seasons, but yeah, it's really
Yeah.
really a nice map. But I just kind of wish that it was a bit that I just yeah.
Yeah, every time I jump into VC with Tyson, I tell him how much I love this freaking map.
Oh, it's amazing, yeah.
yeah, I didn't, like I said, guys, I honestly didn't think people were going to like it. I thought people were going to think, oh, this is too complicated and just trash it. So I really appreciate it, guys.
Well, yeah,
Hey.
I found out about it from a server actually.
I actually found out about it from
Got some
Angry.
water.
Finally, almost on my grass field here.
Yeah. So if you're using a bucket, the problem is the fill area for the blower is like the size of that. Is the size of the input.
We're still trying to work on it. Damn.
I wish if people could write down what wagons they're using that do work with it, that would be helpful. Because I've always used just the ones Appalachia's Modding made. And
I've used the ones. Which ones do I have here? Hold on.
And-
I use the HNS 4 plus or 7 plus 4.
and
I don't know who made that.
I don't mean to
BSL
cut you off.
modding.
Yeah. So all BSL's
You're good.
trailers are just Appalachia's Modding trailer, and all you did was just retexture them essentially. They're all set up the same.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
as bad as that is for laziness, at least it works out great that they all work with the silo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't have any of BSLs. I don't even know where to find it.
I have one. It's a Mayor. It is the Mayor RT620 by Power Modding US. It's an awesome trailer. It holds quite a decent amount. I think it is. Hold on. 37,000 liters. But when we use it on the server for some reason, it breaks everything to the point where if someone's near it, it lags a lot. It becomes
Oh,
unplayable with it. Yeah, it was bad.
Could
yeah,
it be the
it's
multiplayer settings on that site?
no.
We're
It's
not.
it
I
either
don't have
works or it
access to
doesn't.
that, but I don't really have access to messing with that. I'm not a manager for the server.
Hold on here, I gotta make my other admin a mod on the stream. Hey Ethan, how's it going? Chicken Little. Do you have the wrong? Your corn isn't working because you need to update the map. If you're on Mod Network, it should be the latest version of the map. That will work with your corn. I made a mistake right before the release, and I fixed it after the release because I didn't realize I made the mistake. So it is fixed now. Just download the latest version of the map and delete the old version of the map, paste it in, and you don't need a new save game.
I don't know why, but for some reason I never used to play Farm Sim that realistically, right? Like I always used to just mess around. But for some reason I got this map and that all changed. I actually started doing stuff realistically. I don't know if it was like, because I just like playing on the server that it was for, and I'm like, well, I gotta get used to running seasons, so I just kind of did, or what? Because I am actually surprisingly, I've spent probably the last hour and a half trying to mow this field, or probably about an hour actually.
I didn't think
Probably
the
at
map
least
was
an hour and a
gonna.
half.
I didn't think the map was actually gonna force people to play realistically. I've always played realistically, so that's kind of what drove me to make the map.
Same.
I haven't. The server got it, and I'm like, well, like it was a dairy and beef server, right? And I was gonna be the public public farm manager because we're gonna have like public farms and private farms. So I was managing the public farm, so I kind of had no choice but to join the server and do the map. So I'm like, well, on realistic game was a dedicated server. How bad could it be, right? It was really fun, and yeah.
That's good.
But up until recently, I haven't really played realistically much, at least in single player games.
Hey Keith, the latest version is version 1.0.1.0. So it's 1010. That was I can't remember what all I fixed there, but it's the latest version.
Honestly, I don't care. Like, even though some of the doors on the map don't have the names, I couldn't care less, really. Like,
Yeah,
because there was a couple that just like animated object door or whatever. I don't care. It's still an awesome map.
Stuff like that, I just didn't feel like it was my responsibility to fix. Like, this map started out at the idea that it was just gonna be a tech demo of what can be done. So like, I didn't bother to fix visual stuff like that. In fact, the only visual stuff I added really were the conveyor belts, and then obviously the seasonal stuff and all that.
Yeah.
Everything else is completely behind the scenes, like all script mods and whatnot, and just making stuff work with each other, kind of thing. I didn't care to actually fix the visual issues with the map, like that.
Yeah, and plus, like sometimes I don't even play with the F1 menu open. I really only use the map for the degree counter and to make sure, like, to check my yield and stuff because I'm playing with precision farming. Like, yeah, I get this field auto scan, but it's nicer for a bit more realism because it can improve your yield a bit high, make your yield a bit higher than default, I think.
Yeah.
Does it
yeah,
actually?
it's like
does it conflict with the Mercer? Because Mercer has its own yield set up so they're a little more realistic. I just took the ones from Medicine Creek. In fact, a lot of this came from
no,
Medicine
it's
Creek.
I have
fine.
any issue with it.
Actually,
Okay.
my yield, it says my yield on this grass field for first cutting is in the 75 range, maybe. So I can check it to be a bit more exact. Soil types, pH, yield. It's looking to be about 75 to 80% for this whole field.
That's
In the
not
worst
bad.
part, it's 60 in the worst spot. So between, I have 60, a tiny bit of 65, mostly 75, then a bit of 80%. So it's not bad yield for, because doesn't it, with grass, doesn't it yield higher and higher after you keep cutting it or something like that?
I believe so.
Yeah, so it makes sense. It's first cutting of the year, if that's how
I
it is.
believe it actually goes down with seasons after like the 4th year straight of being grass. Reed Brenneman. Hold on here. Most of the supporting mods are on Mod Network. If you want the forage blower, it's on my website. Some of the supporting mods are also on the in-game mod hub, like Maze Plus, Seasons, and Global Company. I wanted to link to the latest version of those. And the 12-row earledge headers are also on my website. I didn't want to put those on Mod Network because I didn't want to fight with JHHG.
And you said your earlobe not that way. Is he talking like was he talking about ear corn for a second? And I'm
Yeah.
thinking like, wait, no, that doesn't make sense. The ones we have now are what, 2-row?
Yeah, 2 and 3 row.
Yeah, the
Chicken
biggest of
Little.
the chicken,
The problem with Global Company is you're not allowed to just set a. You can't. It won't constantly take from a skid, so you need to come over to it and either pick it up with super
This is
strength or
cool
whatnot,
being able to talk to the
and
map
then you just
guy-
hold it
the
above
map
it about this
guy.
far up.
That's
Either use a skid steer or super strength or whatever. Hold it up about this high above the barrel, and it'll take it in. And then you can see there it took it in.
What I do if I'm doing my calves, which I actually didn't realize until recently that my calves weren't calves, they were heifers. They took so much milk replacer, man. But I just had it on a telehandler, or it might have been a skid steer that was just constantly sitting there. And whenever the barrel needed more milk replacer, I just went up to it, moved the arm a tiny bit, and it started filling again. And then I hopped out, and yeah, that's that. Only problem with doing cow farms is that it takes so long to get your farm set up. Even like unless you buy bales, you can't buy cows until like pretty late because you gotta at least have grass.
You can buy bales, just costs you a fortune.
Yeah, that's what I like about 19 though, because then you can actually run a cow farm without owning any forage equipment. Like it's not cheap, obviously. It's like
No,
it would
it's
be a lot
not at
better
all.
if you did. No,
Obviously, I'm running a full-fledged massive operation right now. Like I have 4 locations right now, and most of the maps already been bought up by me.
I own a crazy 1 grass field, my farm's grass field because it comes with the farm. I'm on the bottom right, and fields 32 and 24.
And I'm not
Can you
gonna
wish
lie,
to
I have
move
4
forward
bull
now?
wagons.
Oh, where did my live stream? Oh, there it is.
You're still streaming?
Yeah, I'm still streaming. I had the wrong tab open in my browser. I'm like, where's all my analytics or however you say that? I guess it's
Yeah, I was
analytics.
gonna say
Analytics.
I'm watching your stream on my phone, and I'm here in BC with you. So
Yeah, I just got it on my second monitor right now, so I'm just looking over at chat whenever someone talks or something.
same.
Hey, Ghost, that link should be in my pin post as well. I should put a link to it in the mods directory too, one that just goes straight to there. I can do that.
Oh yeah, and Jono's stuff isn't showing up anymore in your mods directory either.
It should have his. It should only be the grain headers.
Yeah,
I was gonna
they're
ask for his
not.
permission to put the rest of his stuff up there, because the main reason he took his page down was just so he didn't have to deal with the messages and whatnot, like people leaving. You know, he just doesn't want to deal with it right now. Doesn't want to deal with the community in general. I'm not gonna lie. He's still pretty pissed about what happened with that forage harvester.
Yeah, and that's a damn shame too. Because I really enjoyed his mods, and then now that I can't find them again after I had to purge my mod folder because my computer crashed, I've lost everything of his, and so I'm kind of heartbroken over that.
So I always
Hold
try and
on here. I gotta get.
I'm always worried about mods like messing with my my like conflicting with other mods if I download them from like Mod Network or even sometimes like just Mod Hub mods conflict. It's rare, but like, I don't think it's happened once to me in 19. But in 17, it used to happen all the time where you get a mod and like you have the walking glitch where you can't walk or something. Or
Well, what had happened was I downloaded a virus on accident, and
that's not good.
and because I run a gaming laptop, the Dell G5, that's when it went to crap on me pretty much.
Hey Keith,
And I
I
was
just
Tyson,
for that.
yeah.
have you ever made like a mod collection of all your mods or something, or like the public ones at least?
No. I fluctuate through
Yeah.
so many of them. Basically, I have like a master folder where I just pull mods out of as I need them, so I don't start
Yeah,
my
you're
game
telling
with
me
it.
about that.
Yeah, it's way more efficient that way. I I'm very impatient, and when I'm like restarting my game constantly, I can't be waiting on a 40 gigabyte folder to load up constantly.
Yeah, see, the thing with me, I have a lot of mods, yeah, but not that many. But the only issue is if I were to do that, I can't do it now. I'm already in a save where I have progress, and knowing me, I'm gonna join a save, start it without putting the mods in, and then even though it says, "Oh, you don't have these mods and you might have some issues," I'm just gonna click OK and go through with it, just knowing me, just out
Yeah.
of pure impulse decision. Because most of the time, I get rid of mods because I don't use them anymore. You know what I mean?
Well, you
Yeah.
want to know how my total right now that I have in game is 1,234.
Oh, God, I only have like 400.
I don't even.
And on my external, I have over maybe 2.5, maybe
2.5 mods or 2.5K?
2.5K.
Okay.
That's construction, forestry, and ag on mine, on my
Mhm.
external.
Yeah, like
And
if
then
something happens to the save. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
all of my PC's internal storage is nothing but ag mods.
Oh wow. Yeah, like if something happens to the save and I
ag
lose all my progress or something, like with Steam happens when I lose all my saves, or even if something happens in general where I lose all my saves, I'd be like, I'd make sure I keep most of my mods, but I just make sure I take them out whenever I make a new save.
Yeah.
I carefully go through, select all the mods I want to use, put them in. Then if I remove them, I'll take them out and just keep them in individual folders, almost to the point where like this John Deere 40 series, I use this quite a bit. I'll always keep that in there, kind of thing. Or like each folder I'll have for a new save, and then even if I have the same mod using it in two different saves, I'll just keep it in there, so I don't need to make sure I'm grabbing all the right mods or something. And I just mowed so much grass.
See, and with this, I support all of my friends, and this map, this particular save, I have stuff from, I actually have a separate farm that has nothing but powered by nothing but tractors that Tyson's done. And then I have, gear from all of my friends in every single save. And at this point, I can't live without some of these.
Oh yeah, I use this 40 series constantly.
I can't live without the large frame. I can't.
All I did to that large frame was just the wheels on it. I didn't do much to it. Ross did most of the hard work.
I still can't live without it because I grew up when I was growing up. My great grandfather, he had a large frame, identical to that one, and I guess that's why I'm so attached to it. And that's the thing about some of these folks is they'll encounter a mod that a family member had, or like a truck or a tractor, or just one certain piece, and they can't have a save game without it. And that's the way that I am with the large frame.
That is me with this John Deere 40 series. I think every single save I've done on this map, I've used it.
Hey Chris, if you Google, hold on, hopefully I have enough time here before I get to the end of the row. Google New Holland 716 FS19 and Appalachia's Modding's forage box should come up. Chicken Little, it's for grinding up any type of grain, whether it's cereal grains or corn or soybeans, and it'll make a respective product, which is either cracked corn, soybean meal, or ground feed out of it, and that's part of your feed ration.
Are they asking about the hammer mill or the New Holland grinder?
Yeah.
The New Holland grinder. Hey Reed, ModHub. If you're referring to
one.
ModHub, are you referring to the in-game ModHub or ModHub.us? Because ModHub.us is just a website that it's mostly just bots that steal from other pages, and because of that, they've scattered all my mods on their site there. It's a bit of a disaster. So I only upload to my own site and Mod Network. So that's, if you want the latest and you want to get it when I release it, you'll find it on those two websites. What ends up on modhub.us is what the bot steals from everybody else and puts it in the wrong categories and whatnot. And there's no way to just go through my profile and just see everything that I made.
That's why I'm ModHub US. Whenever I've used it a couple times, it's absolutely terrible.
Yeah, you can't find anything.
See,
if
the
somebody
only
says,
thing worse than a search engine than that is the one in the ModHub, but like on Giant's site. That search engine is so bad. It took me 10. I searched up John Deere 40 series, the exact name of this mod, and it gave me other stuff before it even gave me a John Deere tractor.
Oh, I'll give you
I
a
don't know
trick.
how.
I'll give you a trick. Just put
Yes,
farming
please.
dash simulator into Google and then the name of the mod, and make sure you put the dash so that way the Giant's mod hub comes up first. Because
Okay.
Farming Simulator's website is farming-simulator.com, right?
Right.
So just do that, and it'll make sure that the first results you see are anything from the mod hub. It's literally
Okay.
it's impossible to find anything otherwise.
Oh yeah. Unless it's on the front page, you're not finding it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think it also goes by description sometimes. Because there's no way I was getting Fiat or tractors, over exaggerating, but I was getting some stuff that had nothing to do with John Deere or 40 series. Okay, if I search up John Deere 40 series, it should search up by that name, then anything containing that name, then something related to that name. That should how search, because that's what searching is. It should go by the most accurate, then it get a bit less accurate as it goes through.
Yeah.
That's just how it is, right? That's what leaves room for mistakes when you're typing something into a search engine. At the same time, it's sometimes nice where if you make a mistake, the one thing you want pops up earlier. So sometimes it's better to make it so something really similar, but not the exact thing you search pops up.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was getting some interesting results. I can go search it up in a minute here, and oh my.
Hey Adam, the 8030 series is probably the tractor I plan to finish first. I just haven't had the motivation to finish it up yet. I don't think I made a post about it on Facebook yet, but I added a loader and the grill guard to it. Essentially all it needs now, I believe, don't quote me on this, is just all of the wheel weight options done. I got to remove some of the wheel options because I didn't realize that the 30-inch that custom modding had set up was actually proper. It just doesn't look right, but it certainly does actually fit between the corn rows. So it is right. So I got to drop those 30-inch ones that I made myself. And then I got to add 36-inch row spacing. And I think there's something else I was going to add, but I can't remember what. And then after that, I'll just probably send it out to my guys, take a quick look at it, make sure I didn't miss anything, and then I'll release it. But it just comes down to time and motivation getting it to get that one done. And then after that, it should be the 7030 series update because there isn't much left on that. And after that, or I guess actually before the 8030 series, I'll probably have a 6020 series update because all it was just changing out the drawbar. So
I just searched up on the mod hub John Deere 40 series. Third result, Star has T-Max 150 and 180. Massey Ferguson, New Holland, Maxi and Massey Ferguson. A couple cases, New Hollands, HTZ, whatever. Dutes Far. Do I need to go further? Like, this is the searching on. It took the second page, and it's even marked as a top mod.
Hey, now try putting it into Google the way I told you to.
Yeah, I will now.
And the thing that I love about the large frame is it has the actual North American suitcase weight.
Yeah, it's the first result. Wait, yeah, it is.
Pretty
Yeah.
sad when you got to go to an external website because Giant search engine just sucks that bad.
Yeah, it's terrible. You're telling me I'm gonna get that little Raba tractor before I get a John Deere when I searched up John Deere?
Oh,
Huh?
It's pretty embarrassing, isn't it?
Just a little bit, yeah. Oh, I forgot to do touch-ups on this field before I left it. That's not good.
Is
See, that's the only thing I don't. That's the only issue with this map is that the workers' boundaries are not the best. So I always got to go through and do a bunch of touch-ups on the field if I put a worker on something.
Hold on here. Chicken Little, have you checked Elite Mod in Quebec? I know he did a bunch of US spec fence stuff. I don't know my fence, and I don't know if that's one that he did or not. But I'd look on his site, or on his Facebook page. Other than that, I can't think of anything. Is there? Hold on here. Is there a command that'll lift both of these at the same time?
What do you mean?
Nope. Let me just. I got an idea. I'm trying to. I want to be able to lift these things up. I know in real life you don't, but when I go to transport them, I want to lift them all. Raise back tools. Right shift V. Okay. Let's try this. Oh, it worked. I think. Oh, that's cool.
There we go.
Okay.
Wait, what is it? What did it do?
Oh, it doesn't
Delayed
lower
in
them
your
all
stream.
though.
Hold on.
Oh. Hold on. Oh. Okay, hold on. Let me turn this thing around. What I got in high gear. Basically I lifted them both at the same time with one key press.
Oh. Or are they separate attachments on the vehicle or something?
Yeah, these are separate. You can actually change the you can actually change what actually attaches the two of them together, or even use them separate. So it doesn't
Oh, that's
lower
kind of cool
them.
in case you have a smaller operation.
Oh, it just did lower them. Okay, okay. I'm gonna bind a thing on my joystick to lift these things up, so it's easier to transport them.
I gotta work around the mower, but the downside is that there's no middle mower, so it's leaving a gap, and I'm just gonna I have to go through and clean up later, unless I just windrow it all, and not leave the gap, because I have probably more grass than I'm ever gonna need.
Should have brought the middle mower first, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't got a front linkage, so I'd have to put it on the back, would just look a bit odd.
Yeah,
And plus,
that would.
I was trying to get a bigger size mower. Not would have been nice to get a different mower, but I don't have 3 points on any of my tractors because I'm using the older John Deere 40 series. So
Hey, Reed.
But-
Probably the best place for 70s equipment. I know Tired Iron made a lot of it. Just if you're looking for just a Facebook page. Otherwise, Old School Farming on Facebook. Yeah, just Old School Farming. They have a lot of older stuff there too as well. Those would probably be the first two places to check. I haven't made it, other than doing an edit to this 3020. I haven't made any 70 stuff that I remember. I can't even keep track of it anymore. Go ahead, man. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
oh man,
Yeah, I was trying to
remember what I was
respond to
saying.
as many of these, as many messages.
oh yeah, you're fine. I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, the field south of field 24. I just mowed that entire grass field. Like that's on that farm there. I just mowed that entire grass field. That's what I've been doing since your stream started. Before your stream even started.
It took you that long?
It took me like an hour and a half. I mean, it's not the one in the bottom left of the map. It's the one. So you see the farm right below 24. There's a huge. That whole area is a grass field.
Yeah. Oh, that
And I was
is. I
using
guess
that's a big field. Yeah.
that is actually.
I could send you a screenshot of just the size of it compared to like my mower if you want.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll just go into flight. You can. I'll just bring my tractor over or something. Actually, you need to because you can see how many windrows there are.
I won't be able to look at it for a
Bush
bit here.
hogging with this large frame.
You're fine.
No problem, Reed.
No, Tyson, I'm not bush hogging with the Challenger tonight.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't like.
Well,
I don't think I did too bad of a job there. Lines are all my windrows. Not windrows, I guess, because I haven't windrowed. Just mowed it.
I gotta
Pretty solid.
tell you this one night. I was in BC with Tyson and Mark, and I think Ghost was in there too, and Cabe and Cattle Ranch. And I was streaming, and I got this genius idea to take that new stubble, that spearhead bush hog that's on the in-game mod hub, and I lashed it up to a MT743 Challenger. And they were giving me all 9 kinds of crap about it. And Tyson's just over there laughing his ass off because I'm going through and I'm just mowing with this Challenger. Just
That's what they're
you know,
for,
But
man.
what? Wait, no, you gotta get the big bud at least. Like, maybe the second
bud doesn't
biggest
have
big
P-
bud that's ever sold.
The big buds don't have PTOs though.
they don't.
Oh,
That's why I
yeah.
chose the Challenger.
They don't have PTOs? Come on.
Nope.
They did not. Factory, no, they did not. Actually, no. The 400 did, or was it the H series?
Thing
I'd have
was,
to go back.
what would you on a tractor like a big bud? What would you even need a PTO for? You're not hooking a grain cart to it, like.
Well, maybe for
You
like
don't?
the series 1, like the one that Glenn did.
Yeah.
I think maybe that one.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Series 1 came out in the 50s, early 60s, right? Grain carts didn't really exist back then, so the idea of hooking one to it would be beyond
It was
lost.
late 60s, early 70s when it did.
Oh man, they look like those early Wagner John Deere things, so I wasn't sure.
Mhm. I want to say that's where that company got that inspiration from.
The
If I
Wagners.
remember.
Yeah. That makes sense. Those were ugly tractors, man, those Series 1 big buds. I don't like the look of them. I like the 450s, but my favorite looking one.
I'm a sucker for those. I really am.
You gotta sit here and wonder how Giants sat there and thought, let's make a big bud DLC back in FS17. Like, you gotta...
Like what? Why?
Like, how
The
did they
maps aren't
even
big
how did
enough
they
for
even
that.
get in contact with the company that made, I don't remember the name, what was it, like Big Equipment? Like, how did you even get in
Yeah.
contact with them?
How they get in contact with every single other company? Like, because I'm pretty sure in the beginning, were they using branded tractors or no?
The very beginning, the first one had fence. I don't
Yeah.
think they were branded. They looked like they just. It was so long ago, man. Then the next
yeah.
one, it was all. I want to say 2009 was all Deutz-Fahr. Then 2011 was also Deutz-Fahr. And then
There's like no dudes for stuff in here anymore, or whatever the name is.
yeah, it's Deutz.
It's like none. Deutz. Oh yeah, that makes sense. There's a Series 9, and I have a triangle weight mod, but that's about it. 800 kilogram weight.
But that is kind of intriguing on how they managed to get in contact with Big Sky, though.
Yeah.
John Deere.
No, Giants and the company that made Big Bud.
Giant.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
like, wouldn't John Deere as well be pretty tough?
Yeah, but that tough for different reasons, man.
Yeah.
You're talking about a company that made one tractor a month versus a company like John Deere, where the legal team they probably have more people in their legal team than the company I work for as employees total.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
This planter plants nothing. It's I have 71 liters left, and I planted all these fields with probably about 300 liters.
I worked for a Deere dealer for about 4 years, and after FS19 come out, our yard was dang near empty every week.
Wait, really?
I'm not kidding. We could not keep lawnmowers. We could not keep, and after they added the gators and the XUVs and all of those.
That's wild.
We could not keep them in stock. We had to start special ordering them.
Oh my
because
god.
people were buying them up like crazy. Even folks who had no experience in agriculture were buying up, these utility tractors, the 2000 series and the 1000 series. And we figured it out that it was because of FS. And we did an experiment where we sold the PC copies of FS at our parts counter, and they sold like hotcakes. Like we couldn't even keep those in stock.
That's marketing 101 right there.
I don't know.
And it was because
I just thought that every dealer would just get on that. Like, why not? Like, hit up your local EB Games and get a bulk price, or I guess GameStop in the US.
That was my idea.
Get a bulk price.
I mean, hey, that's
because GameStop's not gonna move the game. You know what I mean? Like, get them to buy it at like cost and just buy every copy they got. Buy an entire case of them. Hey,
and that's what dealer ended up doing, and we couldn't keep them on even at the parts counter, because they were selling so quick. And there was these, you know, and big time farmers, even one of the biggest outfit, and I work for this guy now. He bought 8 copies of it.
Huh? Why?
Trading.
No,
Yeah.
with his grandkids.
Oh, that makes sense.
And he turned around and ordered 2 9530s from us, 2 6Rs from us, like the in-game stuff, because he got to watching his grandkids play this game, and he upgraded from case to deer like that.
Oh, wow. Who knew that giants would inspire farmers to use deer equipment? Like, why wouldn't you? Because John Deere is awesome, first of all.
Well,
But,
you,
you know,
And
it's just kind of funny.
well, you can take a look
And
at
I-
the inside of the cab on John Deere equipment compared to like the in-game case stuff, and you're just like, oh, this is way
Yeah.
more fancy.
and now, and what's ironic now is I'm his lead mechanic now. And
Hey.
so not only am I sitting here working on the real life machinery that's in the game, I'm sitting here and using them on a save game.
Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how accurate would you say they are? I'm going to assume probably 10 out of 10 because, I mean, I assume they got stuff from John Deere. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, me as a modeler, because I do 3D modeling, right? The amount of time they must have put into these models, because they're really nice, right? I can't even think of making something this nice. I'm doing a car course right now, and I mean, it's looking nice, but it's pretty tough. But man,
The only thing that I could do without on certain in-game deer pieces, or we don't use clamp-on duals.
They do here.
We don't use. Well, that's because y'all are Canadian. I think I'm.
It's actually because they order the. I'll have a question for you here in a second, but actually, you can still order tractors with short axle shafts, right? Where they don't have a dual hub on them. Or you probably never see it where you're from, but that's what they order here. Not 8Rs, but anything under a 7R gets ordered with short axle shafts, and the wheels put all the way out, right? So if you want to put duals on it, you got to put clamp-on duals on it because you got no axle shaft to put the. That's how I.
Wait, is that what those little things on the end on most John Deeres are for? Like, at least the model ones they have. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just to make it easier to switch on and off.
Assuming the original.
The clamp-on.
Oh, you go ahead, Rainey. You can probably explain it better than I can.
Now, up until the 1980s, was the late 70s, early 80s was when the U.S. the U.S. market started shying away from clamp-on duals. Now, you'll see a lot of olders like the large frames, for instance. You'll see them, quite a few of them, still with clamp-ons if they haven't been converted over. Now, that is a pain in the butt process to convert your clamp-on dual tractor to a full axle shaft.
Wait, so is the one? Sorry, is the one with a clamp on the one where it sticks out, or the one where there is nothing?
There's nothing.
So you could actually, like, see this one here could be set up with, this is a 3020. You could put clamp-on duals in this if you wanted to, but there is enough room on the axle shaft if you could put the hubs on it as well.
Yes, it would be a very tight fit and not recommended by a Deere dealer. But if it's your shop doing it, by all means, go ahead and do it.
I got a bunch of comments to reply here. Thanks, Reed. Mercer is pretty much inspired by a lot of things, but basically the way things were done growing up, like I grew up on a dairy farm, and then we moved to a pig farm that was we just rented the house there, and the pig farm was kind of small scale, and that was the first time I ever watched somebody grind feed, and that was actually pretty cool. That was what kind of inspired me to add the feed grinder. But then next door we had a small dairy farm, and that's where I learned about high moisture corn and all that growing up. So just the farming practices I saw growing up is what really inspired me to make this. These roller bar rakes are horrendous to reverse. The trigger to get milk replacer with your tanks. What tank are you using? Because I know in the tutorial I said you had to use a water tank, but that's actually you actually can't do it like that the way Giant scripts water tanks.
I know the issue. If you're using the UT4000 for the UTV utility trailers that fits on the John Deere Gator, there's an issue with that one, or not an issue, I guess. You have to have the cover open. That's
Yeah,
what I noticed.
that too.
That was a pain. I'm driving around this thing like 7 or 8 times trying to figure out why is it not working, and then I just opened the cover and it was perfectly fine.
Yeah, I always forget about that.
Yeah. Honestly, the closest to farm I've ever been, my dad's parents live right next to a farm. Like, the back of their house borders with a field. So, like, I've been there before, right? And, or sorry, my dad's friend, not his parents. I've been there before. I haven't seen machinery, but I have seen, like, crops there, which is kind of cool. But that's the closest I've ever been.
Most farms on the outsides of cities are cash cropping because the city or some developer already, from what I understand, usually has the rights to, like, they're gonna buy the land, so they just kind of farm until they buy the land. The way I understand how it works, maybe somebody who actually is in that situation can shed some light on it, but the way I always understood it was like those farms are already bought and paid for, kind of, by the.
It wasn't in
developer.
a city, but it also wasn't out of a city. It was kind of close, but also kind of not. I don't know how to explain it. Like, you weren't 3 hours away from a city, but you also weren't in the city, kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of get. Oh, that was a little fast. Forgot I still have one field to mow because I bought the field.
Yeah, I'm just windrowing with a 4-wheel drive tractor right now. I don't know if that's realistic, but you know, it is what it is. Because I think that a 2-wheel drive would be better for like working in like just windrowing and mowing and stuff.
It doesn't really matter.
I mean, in real
two-wheel
life.
drive isn't gonna. Yeah, I know. Yeah, two-wheel drive isn't gonna tear it up when you turn, like the grass after you mow it. But aside from that, it doesn't really matter. And depending on how old your 4-wheel drive is, a 2-wheel drive probably turns way sharper.
Okay. Yeah. See, I'm using that the windrower with the spinning wheels on it, like not like the
it's called a wheel rake.
Wheel rake.
Yeah.
The one where it's similar to the default, the in-game one. It's the Kuhn SR310.
Yeah.
But it's a modded version, so it folds up a lot tighter. Exact same size and everything. Exact same model almost. It just folds a lot tighter, so it's real nice. Has a bit higher of a horsepower requirement. But wow, this thing folds up real tight. It's really nice for going down streets. About the width of a tractor for a 8.5 meter windrow, so it's still gonna take me forever to do this field, but you know.
Yeah. Hey, Chicken Little. Yeah, I live in Southern Ontario.
Oh yeah, Chris, you're right. John Deere wouldn't be happy if they didn't do it right. Mind you, they probably sent them so many close-up images and blueprints for their modeling team. But like, just to think how long this must have taken them to model. Like, this is the kind of this is how good of modeling I dream to be one day, because I love 3D modeling. It's what I've been doing for a while now. Like, I love game development as well. But like, this is where I one day want to be when it comes to 3D modeling. Me being able to make a vehicle this detailed and this high quality and make it look this nice.
That's the hard part, is making it look that nice and still having it low poly.
Oh yeah, that's tough. I'm working on a car right now, actually. It's with the CG Masters mastering car creation in Blender tutorial or course. Like I think it's $45, something like that. I think it's the poly count's not bad, but it's also not the best. I think for the whole front fender, front bumper, and front hood, with the guide mesh, which is 2 subdivisions higher than the main mesh, is like 500K. Mind you, one subdivision's 4 times more poly, or 4 times higher poly count. But yeah, it's learned a lot from that course, so that's for sure. Hoping by the end it'll be able to actually model cars instead of just fire trucks.
That is a really weird way to do grass,
The way Tyson's doing it?
No, the way you were doing it. I just seen your screenshot.
Oh yeah, I was just trying to follow the contours of my farm. Just I don't know why.
That would have made my OCD go nuts, dude.
Oh, trust
I
me.
Oh, wow.
That's the best field I've ever done. Keeping those lines that straight, I've never done that before. I don't know what happened when I got this mob, but something happened to make me realize I'm gonna farm realistically and super precisely for the first time ever. Because I never play realistically. I don't know what it was, but
over there that you have over by the bins.
pardon?
What tanks are those that you have over there by the bins?
Oh, the big green one. That's actually a grain. That's a hay dryer. Because I'm
Oh.
tired of I'm tired of seasons and it's stuff. Hey,
What
your
did you
hay's about to dry. You get rain.
Where did you find that actually?
Oh, do you know? It took me a while to find it. Actually, I looked through a bunch of because I hate the in-game model. I don't like a barn style. I wanted one that was kind of different, but also not super factory looking. I didn't want the barn, but I didn't want a factory. I found that kind of more factory-ish, but I could find it. I can just send you the file if I can't find a link to it if you want.
Sure, that'd be great. I
I'll
appreciate
send you a
that.
DM.
Hey, Reed.
Yeah, that'll.
Just so you're in my DMs, just in case.
Sorry to cut you off, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
You're good.
Reed. If you, I don't know if you follow me on Facebook, but my next map is probably gonna be really interesting to you. It's Autumn Oaks, and it's not my map, but it's what I'm finishing for somebody, and I'm gonna make it a lot like Mercer, and it's based in Wisconsin. I don't know if it would be considered southern Wisconsin or not. My moderator knows exactly where it is in real life, what city it's near and whatnot. We looked it up, but I forget where. You're probably gonna like that one. Keith, you can definitely do alfalfa. It mows into grass so that you don't have to use a tedder, because in real life, if you used a tedder on alfalfa, it would completely destroy the feed value of it. It would basically be closer to straw than hay. So I just make it cut into grass so Seasons dries it automatically.
I don't see any links, so it does. It dries alfalfa, grass, and clover into hay.
Awesome.
Hey, chicken.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Chicken Little, I've talked about that with some other modders, and the problem with making our own game is it's not like modding. When you mod something, for the most part, you're just configuring it. When you make your own game, you gotta write that from scratch, and that's...
Unless you use Unity, because then it's a lot less coding everything from scratch, because it's now your own engine. But with Unity, you also need to know how to use Unity, right?
Yeah, that's also...
So either you need to have a lot of Unity knowledge, which not everyone has, right? I'm gonna do modeling Blender. I don't know anything about Unity, or a lot of coding knowledge to make your own game engine, which is a lot harder. That's what Giants did. Props to them.
Giants started
Like
working
making
on
your own game engine is.
The original Giants engine started. The idea came about in 2003, so you gotta understand it took them years.
And it's still poorly
it's,
optimized.
well, I'm pretty sure it's still using the same base code because like it's still a single core game. Like that's
More than likely.
yeah, that's so horrible that they did it that way, but.
Honestly, though, if all the Canadian American America's modders would get together and make a game, that would be the best. Of course, though, trying to implement features, you need to have you need to have a good team for writing code, a good modeling team, public relations team, obviously, if it's going to be turned into an actual fully functioning company, have a way of advertising the game. There's a lot that goes into game development, but yeah.
And that's what NMC is doing with Bergsboro.
What do you mean? Are they making a game?
Yeah, they're making a mining game.
Oh.
Forestry, there's going to be, I think, a little bit of farming too.
I gotta find that.
It's on Steam.
Yeah. You know the name of it?
Bergsbrook. Bergsbruk, I think.
I don't have access to this land. I thought I owned this.
Oh yeah, North Modding Company. I just found it. Oh, that looks nice.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense because... Sorry, go ahead.
There's been a big to-do about it because of NMC doing it, and I'm kind of proud of them for it.
Honestly,
that's an upgrade from what they've done with FS.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at the video. It doesn't look bad, really. Like, making the game's not easy at all. I'm not saying it's bad. Lights in the dump truck could use a bit more, not just left, right, because usually it's a bit of a different pattern. But, you know, I'm not going to complain. That looks like a pretty neat game.
It's out now, isn't it? I forgot.
Isn't?
I think it is. I remember seeing it
I was
coming out
just
in
on the
February.
site. Actually, no, it said add your wish list, so it's not out.
Okay, it should be. I was told the release date was in February, but I could be wrong.
Still it's February.
That was their beta.
Oh.
Probably a closed beta. Mind you, I mean, I've seen some NFC stuff. It's nice. Like, their mods are pretty nice.
Yeah.
I love using their logging gear, but I wouldn't touch their pickups with a 10-foot pole.
Oh, I was so excited because I'm like, oh yeah, we're finally getting some optimized pickups, and then they're like over and underscaled. They're a bit of a disaster. I was excited because
honestly though, they're just rip off vehicles. They're fake brands.
I know, but we were hoping that they were closer to the real life thing, that we could just swap the logos and swap the rims and call it a fucking.
Call it a Ram. Call it a Dodge.
Yeah, call it a Ram. Call it a Dodge. But yeah.
Why do you have why does your mic sound like you have it like in a cup?
Me?
No, Gavin.
Oh.
I can barely hear him.
I don't even hear him.
I haven't heard him talk at all.
Do I remember LBJ's map? Man, I don't remember much about LBJ. All I know is that half the community hates him, half the community likes him.
Wait, what happened?
I don't fully understand. I only hear stories. The only time I can get a story out of somebody is somebody really hated the guy. They'll tell me everything. The guys that hate him, he was like the guy that started the Patreon stuff, and I guess he was, from what the average consensus I get from people was that he was an absolute prick to people. That was the consensus that I get from a lot of people. I don't know. I wasn't around. There were a lot of the guys I do talk to did actually hang out with him, but you know, thing was, he didn't like being asked questions, is what I gather from the people that did play with him, and he kept asking the same question. He just, you know what I mean? Like, he just didn't care to be polite with you anymore. Like, if somebody was asking something to come out, he would, from what I understand, he'd get pretty pissy with them.
See, I get that, right? I've worked for communities before, and when people ask for the game, when the game's coming out and you don't have a release date because you want to make sure it's quality, you don't want to set a release date and then rush stuff. I get it. You can get annoyed, but you still got to keep your cool. You still have to be nice to them. It's sometimes tough to do, but you got to do it.
Yeah, he was
also Rainy.
Sorry, he was getting paid either way, whether it was from a YouTube partnership or what. So why he didn't care, man.
Oh wow, that's just toxic.
With people, then you're gonna lose your fan base.
Yeah. So Rainy, you know how you saw my grass rows? I'm windrowing it now.
Oof.
It's actually going pretty well. It's gonna look very, very nice when I'm done, I hope.
You'll have to post a screenshot of it.
Oh, I will, don't worry.
It's like when you start stacking around bales and you're like, oh, this is gonna look really good, and then just like crap at the end.
They all fall over.
Yeah, and then they all fall over or fall off the trailer. Yeah, real talk.
I always try and stack my square bales nicely, but even though I'm using something that can take 4 bales, they don't stay on properly sometimes, or when you go to pick them up, you can't get them off the bale tines sometimes, and
I've tried. What I try to do is I use an auto load bale fork, and then I just use a flatbed trailer.
Same.
I don't use anything auto load anymore. I used to use it all the time in 17. I don't anymore.
I'll give you guys the secret to loading round bales. Just use an Ontario style round bale trailer.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait, what is that though?
Oh, I'll show you in a second here.
All right.
All right, Reed. Thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate it.
Goodbye, Reed.
Hopefully you have some fun with the map.
I gotta monkey around with that map. I haven't even played it yet.
Really?
Excuse me?
Yeah, I haven't it.
Sir, you better be getting on that map right now then.
Banhammer.
I agree with that. Rainy, I know you're saying I barely heard someone talking, but I sounded like they were talking from a cup.
I wasn't kidding.
I was like crap at the bed the other night.
And now it's fine. Or was that Cave that was talking?
Is Cabe in here?
No clue. Yeah, I'm here. I joined in.
Hey.
Oh,
about
that's
time.
loud. Oh my gosh.
About
Yeah,
Cabe,
time.
sorry to
gonna-
say, but I gotta turn you down.
Oh, Cabe said he was gonna join like 2 hours ago.
Yeah,
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 got
this stream's
busy.
pretty good.
got
It's only
busy.
9 o'clock.
Never mind. I'm gonna shut my mouth.
Doing other stuff.
Tyson knows where I was going. The dirty old farmer here.
Mike, it's actually something I've asked Next Gen to build a new one of. Is a horsed wagon, which is the same idea. I think it was a
Oh.
horsed. I can't remember what brand. It was one of the Ontario style ones. I had a whole bunch of. We were gonna make a bunch of different sizes. I don't know if he's still gonna do that or not, because he's got a lot of projects on his plate. But it would be cool to get some different lengths. Get a flatbed version too for hauling seed.
I think you know what we're talking about.
It's the
Let
one
me
with
see a lot of
the.
pictures here.
It's got the bars on it. It's just got bars
Yeah,
and the
the-
bale sit between them. Yeah, that's what they run in real
Yeah,
life.
I know what
here.
you're talking about.
Yeah,
Those aren't bad, honestly. Those look pretty nice.
They work absolutely amazing in game for trying to stack anything, because there's a collision
Only
on
I
that
can't.
actual little tab, so when you pull the bale out, the bale stays. Because
Oh, nice.
because
Chills.
bale forks use basically magnetic system in the game to hold the bales on there. So that's why when you're trying to pull, that's why when you lift them up and you don't have it all the way on your forks, it slowly slides back. That's from the magnet coating kind of thing that the game uses for the bales and whatnot. So
Yeah,
having
and then
that little-
they're kind of stuck on there.
yeah, hold on. I've lost track where my disc bind went. LBJ made a map of your hometown. I never saw his map. I only ever saw like one screenshot from the guy, and I followed him on Facebook before I got into modding, and then he like disappeared from the community. And then after a while, I just saw his name around. People just throwing his name out there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a horse, but I don't know if horse makes. I think horse just makes the running gear. I'm trying to think. I was on a website and they had all the different sizes with all different pictures of them, and I suggested next gen that the two of us get together and we make one that's a flatbed. We make one that's got the round bale things on it, whatnot. So that way
I searched up horse. I searched up horse bale trailer, and it looks like what you're talking about. I'm not sure if it is horsed, but
I don't
trying
know.
to find something here about it.
I know
Yeah,
JBM is
me.
based in the town near me too, which is the one we actually have in the game. JBM Manufacturing.
Which one?
I'll show you in a second here.
Okay.
I'll show everybody in a second. Let me just finish. Let me get this last strip mode here, and I'll teleport over there and show you guys.
All right. Yeah, what would be nice though, is a small bale pickup that puts them into bale bundles, like big bale bundles.
Oh, that would be
And you
nice.
come by with
A bale binder.
like a big loader and pick that up.
I think
Yeah.
they call that a bale binder or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's similar. I think we have the Arcusan 4-stack. I think it's the same as that, except designed a bit differently, so it's made to pick up small bales and then turn them into big bales, basically. And then you just drop that on the ground, and then loader comes behind you and
That's
picks that up, puts it into the truck.
Interesting idea, but if that
No, I've seen it work in real life.
No, I know. I'm just saying it'd be interesting to make that work in game, because essentially you'd have to make it one bale if you wanted to pick it up. We haven't seen it in game in a while. I'm gonna show you guys the bale trailer I'm talking about here. Talking about one of these. So you put a round bale on each bung thing there, and then you stack another set on top. And if you're really daring, you get a third row on there too if you have a telehandler.
That's sexy right there. I like that.
Yeah, this needs a lot of work. I mean, he literally just slapped this on another chassis. But
Yeah, I
like,
can't
the
stand
hubs
anything
don't
with a
even-
dolly on it, so
Well,
if it's got a dolly, I probably don't use it unless it's those forage boxes. I hate stuff with dollies.
having a straight tongue makes it harder to get it around. So, and if you
Yeah,
want
with a dolly, you can't back it up though.
yeah, but generally you just get yourself in a position you don't want to back it up.
What else did I have to do with my my forage box? I just have it parked next to my milking parlor.
Yeah, I try not to back them up. But the thing about those style wagons though, man, is you can hook two of them together, right? Bale Baron. Yeah, that's what I was. Google Bale Baron, and that's what we're talking about. One of the guys said that in the chat there. You guys have those style wagons in the U.S.? I always thought they were just specific to Ontario and Quebec, because I've never see anybody talk about them or post pictures of them. I usually see the ones where the spike mounts. The spike, it's like you got a gooseneck ball on your spike, and that like what how Farms works kind of trailer there, and you unhook the trailer, use the Bale spike to load it on the 3-point hitch.
What?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm throwing words out here, and okay.
Yeah, I don't.
Let me start over. Okay. The ones I usually see guys in the U.S. using, they're really low to the ground, and they can be loaded with a 3-point hitch spike.
Kind of like C&H's double E trailer.
Yeah, that or what How Farms Work has, those kind of things. Where the idea is that the tractor with the spike on it, the Bale spike on the 3-point hitch, tows it around. But
oh, I knew we were talking about now. Finally.
Yeah, sorry, I was going too deep with what I was trying to say there, and I should have started over about halfway through.
Yeah. I think it's really low to the ground, almost like scraping it, right?
Yeah, because they're designed to be loaded with a 3-point hitch spike.
Right.
Come on,
honestly, I don't know if I want to do. I'm not even doing bales on this because I don't know if there's a small bale barn mod that I could get, or even just one that's on the map that's made for small bales. Because I know there's the bale sheds, but I don't know if they do the bale sheds in the farm south of 24. Like right below 24. Does that one have any small bale sheds, or are they compatible with the sheds that are there? Because I know there's some sheds. I just don't know if they're bale sheds.
Yeah, it takes round bales of hay.
Oh, okay.
Nothing else though.
Yeah, that's not gonna work with small square bales then.
No. This one I'm passing here takes small square bales of straw. I should have made it big square bales. This one here, this little gambrel barn. I should have made it big square bales of straw, but I didn't think that through.
Now,
is it just straw?
Yeah, it takes round bales of hay on the other side of the other door. Alex, that was next gen modding. It was a H&S BT814 or something it's called. I might actually have that installed.
Now, I forgot to ask you the other day, Tyson. Which one, which bale barn is it that takes the big bales from the big Heston baler?
So any of them will take it if they take square bales, but the one that actually has that actually visually represents them is this one over here by the shop.
Okay. Okay.
Wait, what are you talking about?
So the barns, the auto bale barns, they only go by shape and fill type. So if it's a small square bale barn, you can actually put big squares in it.
No, I meant big bales. You're talking about there.
The
Heston makes 4x4 bales.
What are the default 4x2?
Yeah.
Or
I think so.
I don't know if I have that. I don't think I have that because that's I assume a mod.
Yeah.
I have this beast of a John Deere auto stack. It holds 32 bales. It's like the default in-game, not bale handling. The default Arcusin one.
I'll show you the baler I'm
twice
about.
the amount of bales.
I'll show you the baler I'm talking about.
That Pride of the Prairie thing is that thing is cool, especially if you're wrapping your bales. That is handy. I don't use it personally, but being able to just dump them out in a row and just like not have to manually take them off, you just have to load them. That's handy. I mean, you take your tractor to the field, you shouldn't have to haul it back to unload your bales.
Randy, that thing's a beast.
Oh, she is. I'll show you in store real quick.
Is it just me that has a tidier shop mod, or does anyone else here have it?
I do.
Which mod?
You do?
Tidier shop? I haven't tried that yet.
Tidier shop. I mean, it's good. So I could send you some pictures if you don't want to download it and just want to see it. So like you have swap body structures, hook lift containers, hook lift trailers. It just organizes. There's more categories.
Oh yeah.
So it even goes into modded stuff too. Like there's hand tools for the shovels in the MT9 with seasons. There's a snow and winter section. There's excavators and backhoe section, cranes and transport, animal transport. Then there's animals, bale handling, bale transport, and balers and wrappers. It just makes everything split up a bit more. What else is in here?
Hold on, Alex. When I get back to the farm here, I'll park this 4440 and I'll show you what's all done to it.
It also
Right.
adds another section. Oh, sorry.
What I did to it was very basic. I sent my version to 7L, and he sent me his back when he basically modified mine further. And Randy, when you say self-unloading, you talking like the Pride of the Prairie, where you pull the lever and it dumps them over the side?
I forgot what I was gonna say now.
I've
Oh,
never-
it also has an extra category for extra large and track tractors. So any tractor that has tracks is in that section. So, and it also has the John Deere, or not John Deere, the New Holland T9, the Challenger MT900, just really huge tractors like Case Quad Track, the Steiger, that kind of stuff, because those are all tracked. Mind you, the SCX Quad Track, which is a mod that I have, is under large tractors.
Hold on here. Reed, the automatic milk pickup is
Randy, that's one nice farm you got going there.
you're talking about like this panel here where I go up here, press R. Basically, it throws it. It'll give you a funny error sometimes. Basically, the way the mod's set up is, I think it's like a 25% chance they'll give you some funny error. The one time it told me that they accidentally filled the trucks with vegetable oil instead of diesel fuel, and
Oh my
I
god.
forget the other one was. I think it said they lost the keys.
Oof.
Hey, can you come pick up my milk? Where our tanks are getting full. No, sorry, put a vegetable oil in the semi. It's gonna take a bit to get fixed up.
Oh man.
But
I
yeah,
flipped over
it's like every 3 or 4 days you'll get a funny error like that, and they won't be able to pick it up. If that's what you're talking about, Reed. Otherwise, I'm not sure what you're talking about.
I can't afford to transport my own milk. I have $5,000. I have $5,001. Can't forget the $1 and a $300,000 loan.
Thank you for reminding me.
Hey, congratulations, Chris. I know it's a pain to get it to work the first time, but once you figure it out, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, it took. Sorry.
Oh, I was supposed to go over this 4440 with for Alex. So this is it. So you got a proper drawbar on there. The cab is actually from the AAA Modding's large frame, so it's actually a better interior. Sorry, it's the interior from the 4440, but it's a better cab overall. It's actually got the mirrors on it. The hood's the same. The engine is from Cunningham Modding. It's an actual proper 4440 engine. I think he's got a few weight options. He made new wheels, especially rear ones. These are the proper rear wheels. New axle shafts with a normal map, and if you look closely, you can kind of see the rack and pinion thing there. You might not be able to see it on the video. And then the store, he deleted the option for the 4240. I think he's going to add it back. I've got a million options here. Here it is. So you got a new option here for the wheel weights. He made new wheels for that. A wider tire option. There's the 30-inch duals.
It's a nice tractor. Wow.
And he also added a Demco mount specific to the 4440.
This one is Tyson's large frame that's set up just like my great-grandfather's 4955. It's identical to it.
Wait, which one? Oh, you're talking about a screenshot you posted? You got a different...
He was watching my live.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I just took off. You got a lot of stuff. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
You
you
got
haven't.
a dual slurry tanker.
Yeah, that's the new. That one's Tyson's new.
Oh.
Yeah, that it wasn't mine, but I fixed it up. It had some
here.
errors, and I fixed them. You also
Yeah,
couldn't
it's
fill
not-
it, the original mod.
It's the only one I'll use.
Thanks, Randy. Hey,
Oh my gosh, I need that. Can you send that? Is that public or private?
what, this 4440?
No, the slurry tank.
Oh yeah,
It's
it is.
awesome.
It's on my website. It's under noon.
Yeah,
What's your website?
TysonDinez.me/mods.
Thanks.
No problem. Yeah, Reed. There's actually some pretty funny ones in there. I thought the vegetable oil one was the best, but apparently I haven't got to the slurry tank one yet. I meant to read through the code to see what all's in there.
And that sprayer's private. It's a Southeast.
Why is that a tracked sprayer? Who needs a tracked sprayer?
People who farm in mud.
It has and no crop destruction on those.
Yep, that's what. Wait, I thought skinny wheels don't crop destruct either.
That's why I said it's private. And then I have my straw blower and my feed mixer here that I use here at this operation. I have nothing right now. I sold all of my cattle right now.
So you know that barn behind the one where you have your straw blower? I used to store like pallets in there, like milk replacer pallets, because I have my calf pen right in that little grassy bit. You know, like there's the two sides of the cow barn, the side behind that shed, where you have the side you're going towards right now. I have this little I never knew that was a manure storage, so I was putting like my milk replacer pallets in there.
Yeah, I need to get my replacer mixer. I have it set up. I'll show you my honey hole here.
Wait, that isn't where chocolate milk comes from, Reed?
There's my calf pen. Made a little road for it here.
Oh, nice. Oh, you used the open back. Yeah, I just used the enclosed back one. Didn't really. If I can tab something that's near it. If you look at my stream now, Rainy, you'll see kind of what I was talking about.
Alex, that reminds me. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, man. That reminds me, Alex.
Yeah.
The other thing he did actually was he cut the rear end out of the Black Sheep mod. Do you remember the 4440s in real life have like a square tube thing for the rear end there, and the one they used for the Black Sheep 40 series is actually entirely out of the case in game here. They used, this is the rear end on the, you can even tell by looking at it entirely. This whole rear end is what they used for theirs. I don't even know where their engine model came from, but yeah, you're right. That is absolutely not a
Oh, Tyson, I got some news for you. You got 900 subscribers.
Got what?
You just passed 900 subscribers. Congratulations.
Really? Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I don't get any notifications because I don't have the fancy Streamlabs that shows everybody when they subscribe.
Oh, I don't. Yeah. I don't use Streamlabs. I just use straight up OBS because then I can use Restream. And since I'm in Ontario, there's a server in Toronto, so I stream to that, and it sends the stream data to YouTube and Twitch, so I can stream on both of them. I'm not gonna do streams often.
Yeah.
But it is kind of nice so that whenever I want to stream, the ping is it's such a less delay. Or sorry, not such a less. There's much less delay. The stream runs quicker, you know. And, like less ping too, because I'm not sending something all the way to YouTube servers wherever they're at. I'm just sending it to Toronto.
Yeah. I wanted to use Streamlabs OBS, so I did see when people subscribe, but I
finished tillage. Oof.
Just I didn't want to, because you have to pay for their Prime membership thing, and I just didn't.
Oh, I hate that. Yeah.
I thought.
Oh, Rainy, you want to take a peek at my my Windrow rows right now?
Should have actually hooked this together like that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna. I think the best way to just do this is by hand.
Rainy, let me know when you're watching there.
That looks good.
Just do this.
You like? I'll hop out in here.
There's no way I'm gonna be able to back that up. I'm too useless.
For some reason, these look so nice.
There. Now they're hooked together.
Rainy, look at my stream real quick. For some reason, just
That's more realistic.
These nice curves look real nice.
Hi there, Bacon.
These nice curves. It's had a couple of issues around these corners, but that's about it.
Oh, now I got one of these lowered.
Yeah.
And then over here's my truck shop. This is where I keep my trucks.
You have a whole section, like what kind of trucks? Semi trucks?
Yep.
And oh boy, Let's
Just
see him,
off.
Rainy.
Let me turn my flight mode off here. There we go.
How do you load the fermenting silo? I tried to reply to you earlier, man. You need to use this.
My bull wagon.
You need to use the forage
Oh, no.
blower. There's one on my page. Ignore the fact that this one's the course play
And my
special. I
Mac
gotta actually
has my
fix
live
that.
bottom.
Basically,
Wait,
you hook
why
this
is
to
it
your
the course play
tractor,
special?
and then because it was supposed to have a really big fill area on it, but it didn't work. So I haven't.
Oh, it made. Oh, okay, I see. So you can easily use course play to set up tractors. Okay.
Yeah, basically because the trigger on it was like the size of like a cell station, but it didn't work. So I ended up forgot to revert it.
Oh, trust me, I know how small the one currently is, and it takes a long time to try and back that up when you've never used it before, or pull it up. I guess because no way I'm backing up a trailer with a dolly. Like we're on the server, we have all the managers there because like there's the dedicated server manager, the lead, and then assistant dedicated server manager because they have a lot of service for the community. It's called FSG. You might have heard of it.
No, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's pretty big. But anyways, we're all there trying to figure out like why isn't this working? We're using buckets. We're using the forage boxes. And we finally figure it out. Like, oh, it's just a tiny fill trigger.
Yeah,
like we're using the dev menu to spawn stuff in, trying to figure out why on earth nothing's working. It took a while, but we eventually got there.
Over here.
Yeah, it is. It's very tiny. It's a little off too. I can't figure out why it doesn't work so well, but I don't know my way around.
That on the...
It's got the exact fill root node is what I thought you have to adjust, but maybe it's something else. I did the best I could adjusting it, and it does work pretty good for me. But I'm just gonna.
So I want to do like a.
I'm gonna pull up beside that harvester over there and show Ryder how it works.
Yeah, I want to do a long-term multiplayer playthrough with a couple of people, but the only issue is the amount of mods I'm running on this save right now to keep it a thing, just because of this map. Like, you know, this is the most realistic map I've played on, so it's American map. So I'm like, well, I might as well go full on American, get the John Deere stuff. Like, the only reason I'm not using a John Deere forage harvester is because it's too expensive. I'm using the New Holland one, the New Holland S2200. It's this old thing.
I know that.
It's not
I know the
bad, but it's old. But you know, it's just for picking up grass and moving and cutting corn. So one thing I wish is that this rake didn't. You guys should pull a baler with this thing, eh? Or is that's for a baler? Oh, it is for a baler too, because there's all the hydraulic hookups on the back. That's kind of cool. I just realized that. So I can throw a baler on the back because there's a PTO hookup, and there's hydraulic points. That's kind of nice.
Huh? That one looks a little low. I didn't realize I didn't adjust the pipe on this. Anyways, Ryder, you just pull your forage blower up under here. You gotta get lined up as good as you can, and then pull your forage box full of silage in it or whatever. Right up beside it, and it should give you the option to press I while you're pulling the wagon up beside it, and that'll start filling the silo.
Ryder, trust me, it takes a long time to do it, but once you do it, you're gonna be good. Because once you get it lined up, you'll know how to do it. It's just getting the right position with the forage box and with the forage blower. The forage blower is pretty self-explanatory. Just get the pipe on it to the pipe on the silo. It's just trying to line it up properly. It's kind of a pain.
Each forage box is different, so once you figure out where it is, you're good to go. I did want to
which one we have? Sorry?
I was going to experiment with the idea of having static vehicles on each silo so that you could actually attach this forage blower to the silo and it would actually put a pipe, like it actually put the extension pipe. But I haven't thought about the best way to do it.
It's kind of cool, actually. Honestly, what you could do is have the forage blower just there 24/7, and then whenever you want to do it, you just pull it to the forage blower that's already there.
No, that's how everyone else does it.
Yeah, you want to.
Yeah, I
want to make it a bit different.
No, I'd rather have it so you can actually attach it to the silo. That'd be cool. Because in real life, you actually bolt on an extension pipe that connects to that pipe on the silo. So that way it doesn't just fall. That way it doesn't just. Because if that pipe, if it ever became detached from the silo, it's going to be raining silage everywhere.
Right, and that stuff, you lose that, it's not going to be good for the cows.
Well, you wouldn't lose too much, but it would definitely be raining for a good couple seconds before you shut off the PTOs.
Well, depends on how quick you are.
Yeah.
Like if we were just talking while the thing is unloading and you're out of the tractor, that could be an issue. Just
Yeah.
sprinting back to the tractor where it's pouring down grass.
Yeah, because that forage blower's got the power to move, and you gotta remember, you take a pitchfork of wet, like before the silage ferments, how heavy that is. It's moving that 80, 100 feet up in a silo sometimes. You gotta sit
These
there
are
and think
big
about how
silos.
hard that's gonna come back down.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
Especially if it's like really wet too.
yeah. Well, it doesn't. You don't want it too wet because then that's gonna cause problems
Yeah.
too.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah. All right, guys. As soon
Yeah.
as I'm done raking this field, I'm gonna hop off for a while.
dang it. Stream's actually been going for 2 hours. It's been a while.
It's been going for 2 hours and 30 minutes actually.
Oh, I'm just looking at the YouTube. It just says started streaming 2 hours ago. It just rounds down.
Oh, yeah. The total time is actually 2:30 right now. We're going way too fast.
Yeah, it doesn't really switch until it's like really close to 3 hours or on 3 hours, I think. Something like
Makes
that.
sense.
Just because it's not updating constantly. Mind you, like, yeah, I think I also have to refresh the page, so if I do that now, it should say 3 hours since you're past 2 hours and 30 minutes. Nope, never mind. Okay. That's actually a cool mod, though, for raking.
Yeah, I like it. I think I got this backwards. Let me just see which way.
I'm
No.
just using, like, a
I think those
No,
are...
you got it right.
disc rake,
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah, because it'll pull it from the outside into the center.
Yeah, I might switch to the other style one so I can use it to merge. It's way easier just to pick these things up and carry them over to hook them up.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean to merge, though?
So this way I'm windrowing it, right? It's basically taking two and forcing it to the center. With the other hitch thing you can use for this. No, this rig setup's not public. It's Appalachia's modding. He gave it to me. I don't know if he's ever gonna finish it because I know he wanted to add some other stuff to it. And obviously he shut his page down because of all the drama and somebody leaking his forage harvester. This is the other style hitch. The version of this one, there's a public version of this. It's not the same. It's not exactly the same, but it's the same hitch setup, if that makes sense. So one rake goes here, one rake goes here, and you can actually take two of them of this. So one rake throws it to the left, one rake throws it to the right. So if you get two of them that throw it to the right, and you put it on here, you can pick up two rows and then shove it over into the third using that. That's what I mean by merging. Whereas this one only picks up two rows and puts it in the center. I didn't know you could plug the pipes in real life. I've probably only been around an actual running forage blower like 3 or 4 times. Like my actual real life experience with farming is based on a couple of experiences growing up, and that's basically what I made this map off of.
My real life experiences of farming are being about 10 feet away from a field with no equipment on it, just a straight up field. That's literally it.
I work for mine. It's about the same.
Hey Owen, I believe the map might come to the original Xbox from 2001, maybe. I don't know. Maybe the original Wii. I don't know. We'll have to get in talks with Nintendo.
GameCube.
Don't you have to get in Don't you have to be on the mod hub for that to work though to actually get on?
It was a joke. It was a joke. Owen's one of the.
No,
guys
I know,
killed.
but like realistically, to get it on a console, you need to be on the mod hub, right?
Yeah, and I have a mod hub account. I submitted a building, and they gave me a whole list of crap to fix on it, and I'm like, nope.
Oh, yeah, I guess I want like quality submissions, obviously.
No, they only want quality submissions if you are from Canada or the U.S. If you are from Brazil, you're free to put in whatever you want, and they're gonna accept it. Just ask.
Why?
Just
Why?
I don't know, like or European guys like putting in a box of previous games. Like that's just like why?
Oh, and awards.
Yeah, the awards. The awards were hilarious. Now I can finally get one of those awards.
And the hoverboard.
Yeah, the hoverboard. Hey Chris, in order to make the map as simple as possible with the features the game allows me to do, like the way things work, high moisture corn is just corn that hasn't dried. So the idea is you pick between drying it into dry corn that you can sell or fermenting it. I know in real life, obviously, you got any level of moisture, but there's just no way to simulate that with the way farm sim works. So I just made it. You got two types of corn. You got wet and dry, if that makes sense. And then of course you also have the silage corn, which can't be harvested with a combine.
Wait, how do you do silage corn?
You plant silage corn.
Oh, you said combine. I'm like,
No, yeah, you can't
wondering.
combine. You have to forage harvest it.
So it's just basically the same as the default in-game stuff, right?
Yeah, essentially.
Okay. These rows are looking real nice.
What farm do you use as your main one, Tyson? I swore you used the main one you start out at.
No, I just use that for testing and screenshots and whatnot. My main farm's the bottom right corner by 31.
That one's got the one that's got that hay barn on it, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
The silage blower is not a private mod. It is on my. Actually, I'll get you a link for it right now, man. Just give me 1 quick second.
No, it's fine. I can grab it.
Okay, you know how to get.
I go on the site anyways.
It's TysonDinez.me/DFMEP. That one will pull up the Mercer stuff. If you want to drop that in the chat for him.
I don't know if it lets me post links, and if it doesn't, then oh no, it does. Did you directly click the link?
I don't.
It's the.
You gotta right click, copy link address. Yeah, F20. Yeah.
Yeah. Sleep triggers.
Yeah, those are the bush beer sleep triggers.
Those are all.
Oh, you have a bunch of mods. Wow.
Yeah, I got a mods page and I got stuff dedicated to Mercer just to keep it separate. I should have a button that links the two of them together, the 2 pages, so people don't get confused.
Mhm.
Did you post it? Because I don't see it in the chat.
Are you on?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Might be a delay though.
Oh, I didn't know if there was a delay or not.
It's slight, but it's there, yeah. Wait, yeah. Oh, your shaders are on there too. I might grab those.
Those are the original ones.
Oh, just like the default in-game ones, or?
No, those are like the ones I started. They were kind of messed up, but people kept asking for them, so I posted them on there. Like it's just the sepia effect is like really strong and whatnot. I've redid them all, and then I have these now, and I haven't bothered to re-upload them.
Those shaders, like they're not very noticeable, but once you realize that, like you can tell there's a difference, but it's not how there's a difference.
I can turn them off here. I'll show you what it looks like without them.
I mean, Farm Sim still looks like phenomenal for how well it runs, mind you. That's only because of that stupid little circle thing.
Yeah.
That always around you. It's a slight difference, but it's still noticeable when they're back to back.
It just brightens it. It makes it more like daylight, I think. That's all I wanted. I wanted to look like. By default, it looks like it's always gonna rain. It looks like
it's pretty bright for me.
Oh well, here if I go this way, so this is with shaders. Oh, hit the wrong button. This is without.
There's a one shader that changes a lot about Farming Simulator. It's the I forget what it's called. It's not the shader pack. It's like that one setting that changes the game so much. Like it's useful for screenshots, but other than that, it's kind of annoying. It's got an accent. I know that, but I don't remember what it's actually called.
Do I know the brand McCormick? Growing up, the one guy down the road actually had 2 McCormick tractors back. I think it was. I don't know what the story there was. Like they looked like Case Maxims at the time, and I don't know if Case was making them or what the deal was. I know in the 1 year that Case had to sell the McCormick brand in order to merge in New Holland to meet some government bullshit. So I don't know if those are the European ones, but I do know what you're talking about, man.
Do you know what it is, Tyson? It's got like an accent, I think, and an O. It's like XO at the end, or what the first 2 letters are.
MXAO?
Yeah, that MXAO. Sorry.
Yeah.
There's an accent.
I gotta get this
that
Your link never showed up, man. I'm gonna post it here for him.
Yeah, it's because I guess YouTube doesn't really like when you post links. I don't think it works in comments either. Which it makes sense why they don't want you posting links, but you think instead of it just blocking entirely, it would just go through a verification like any questionable message does.
Yeah. Well,
Like, 'cause if you look on yours, you might not see any. You might, I don't know.
did
Depends
my
on how
link
chat
work?
phone right now, but
Did link
yeah, yours
work?
work.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're streaming your host, so it doesn't. You're able to.
That makes sense.
I think only you, Ghost, and I can post links, Tyson.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, if you're the moderator, Cape, can you see the analytics, or does it just let you ban
I haven't even looked at any of that to see if I could or not.
Oh.
Yeah, I think mods can only like put people on timeout, block their messages, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't been able to see any of stuff like that.
Okay, I've never
All
been
the
important
analytics are
from
you.
stream. I've always been that guy that I jump that middleman state where you're just kind of like that person. I go straight from just being the guy in charge, or being the guy just at the bottom. You know what I mean? I'm never the guy in the middle.
You're never the mod.
Yeah, I'm never the moderator. I'm usually the user, the admin.
Yeah.
All right, let's get this back to the farm, and then we'll call her tonight.
I do something kind of like that where like. So I do Roblox game development, right? And I'm a 3D modeler, and usually when you go to a community owner, because I've seen a lot of communities that are not necessarily struggling, but they could use a lot of improvements. I personally think I'm a pretty good developer, and I know how to manage groups. So I'll join them, and if I see like, oh, it's not going the best. Of course, I don't really have free time right now, but I used to do this quite a bit when I had more time. I'd go up to them and ask if they need devs, right? Like if they need someone to like lead the development team, so they can just focus on running the group, and I'll focus on running the actual development. It's happened a couple times where like they say yeah sure, they say no sometimes as well, which is totally fine. But usually I just like get a trello set up and all that. But it happens sometimes where you go from just being in the group to being developer or something like that. Just because usually when someone sees someone like me, especially in Roblox where not a lot of people know how to 3D model, you see usually when people see a 3D modeler offering to develop for them for completely free, which I don't do anymore because now that I've realized 3D modeling can make more than nothing,
Yeah.
I don't usually work for free anymore. Usually they'll jump right at that opportunity, which I understand why. I'm an idiot. I just parked up my Windrow when I still have a whole other field to do. I just gotta finish mowing this field first, though, because I put a worker on it with a back mower, so they didn't get it all.
Oh boy.
There was that gap in the middle.
Yeah. Well, just windrow it into the gap, and then just offset it a little next time, and you'll get a slightly better yield on your second cut.
It's fine. It's a waste of time to mow it with a dual mower. Plus, I already have enough from the one by my farm. There's a ton of grass there. Well, if you look on your map, you can just see how big it is there. Like that whole plot of land is 8 hectares almost.
Yeah, I'm driving right by it right now.
Yeah, it's 7.97, so you can just see how monstrous it is. Mowed most of that with the New Holland disc vine, or not the disc vine, it's the in-game one.
I'd use that, man. I'd get her done with that. It's just a matter of if you have a steering wheel, it's so much easier to use that thing.
Yeah.
Doing hay in general is way easier with a steering wheel.
Doing doing a lot of stuff is easier in general with a steering wheel. But at the same time, I don't use my wheel super often. I sometimes do, but I don't usually do it for working on my farm, even though that's what I bought the wheel for. It's just because sometimes I find it a lot easier to use WSD. I feel like there's a lot more freedom when it comes to movement.
Yeah.
I have been too lazy to actually go through properly and set up dead zones for every single thing. So I have to set to 5%, which is 5% of 450, because that's how much my wheel can rotate, I think. That's not right, is it? Wait. Yeah, that's right. Because it can rotate a full 360 plus an extra 90 degrees, which is 450 degrees. 5% of that is whatever 5% of that is. I'm too lazy to do the math. So that's how far I have to rotate it for, and I get any response, right?
Yeah.
If I was at the 10%, that's 45 degrees that I have to rotate it before I get any response. And if I go too low, it's kind of a point where if I go too low, I'm slowly moving down and going backwards because my dead zones mess up because it's so sensitive. It just the way it was made, it's off by such a small increment that just by not even touching it, it still makes it have some issues with movement. So I need to have a dead zone on it, no matter what.
I don't think I have a dead zone on my wheel at all, but I could be wrong. Because like I'm moving it, it matches what I'm doing in front of me.
You'd have a slight one.
Yeah, I think I do. I think I
you
have
need
a
at
tiny
least
one.
3.
Hold on. Chicken Little. Did Case make some of those for North America? Because like the ones I remember seeing, they literally looked like a Case, like the Maxim at the time, like the MX, I guess it was, the MX like 125 or whatever they were. That's what they looked like to me, at least. I don't know my Case tractors, but they kind of the cab and all that kind of looked like that. I didn't know too much about them. And as far as Flint Hills, I've never actually played it. It was on my server for the longest time. I never played on it. I did help them make the animal pens for it. I didn't. That was my only contribution to it. I didn't barely any work, but I did add a little bit of stuff to the map for them, and that was in one of the releases they did. But aside from that, I've never actually played on it because it's more of a cash cropping farm map, and that's not my style of gameplay. But I was more than willing to help them add those pens. So
Yeah, I didn't know that.
You never realize how much farm sim goes into optimization when you see any grill and it doesn't render in until you're like point blank with it. Like I'm looking at my telehandler, the Manitou MLT 737, I think it is.
I
Yeah,
didn't know
737.
I didn't know you worked with JS mapping, Tyson.
yeah, just a minor, tiny little thing I did for them there, and they made the nav mesh because at the time I didn't know how to do it myself. Like it's really like it took me a little bit. It was mostly just setting up the triggers and whatnot.
Huh.
Yeah.
And what was funny, Tyson, is we barely even played on it too.
Yeah, it just wasn't our style map. It's an amazing map. Don't get me wrong. It's just not our style. Or it might
Yeah, I
be
had a
Cave's style,
question.
but it's definitely not mine.
How much money do you get from doing milk? Like selling milk on this map, at least.
Oh, I can answer that for you right now. Unless
Like
I already
per
sold it.
1,000 liters. Actually, I can just check per 1,000 liters. Oh, there's labels and everything in the sell menu. I haven't been. $750 per thousand, or $705 per 1,000 liters. How much do cows produce for the seasons usually?
Depends how many cows you have. I have 110 cows, and they made and it's per the amount of days you have. I'm on 9-day seasons, and they're at their peak point of milk production right now. They're making where's the liters here? They made 27,000 liters overnight in like 24 hours.
One second, let me quickly check with my Google what this is. Hey Google, what is 705 times 27?
The answer is 19,035.
It's 19 grand overnight for 100 cows.
Yeah,
I have a quarter of that, probably making, I don't know, 5 grand a night.
Yeah, you make an absolute
great.
The money on this map is in milk, absolutely 100%. Like you sell most of those. You sell like if you combine and your rye or your triticale, you will not make much. Corn prices are crap. Everything's the money's in milk. That's the way it's set up. I didn't realize it was set that high though. I should actually lower the price. That is insane, the amount of money I'm making on milk.
But here's the thing that you gotta remember with milk, right? Is that it takes a lot to do because you need to have a lot of equipment.
Yeah.
And if you want to do it good, you have to have a big forage harvester. You have to have a lot of equipment to do it. You need to have a baler. You need to have all that.
Yeah.
Only thing is, I don't have any way of getting corn stalk bales right now, which could be an issue.
Just get a cheap round baler. That's what I used. I'm down to my last corn stalk bale. I'm about to start bedding with straw again. Just in time. I need to use some of this up.
Is there a difference between bedding with straw as opposed to corn stalks?
No, it's just a byproduct either way. Just make sure you only use one at a time. When you switch the type from bean straw to corn stalks to straw, make sure you let it run out completely and they start producing slurry. Otherwise, you'll mess it up and you won't be able to put any straw in at all.
Okay.
If you put two in at the same time, it'll.
Straw, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been using straw bales because I have like. So I'm gonna show you if you look at my stream because I think I'm still streaming. If I go to, okay, I was going to turn on speed so I can get everything quicker. I have my commodity barn where I have a lot of straw bales. This has got almost 3 full layers of 12 bales, so it would be, I don't know,
Bacon.
30 bales here.
The only way to fix it is to use straw me, which I didn't realize how well it worked until after I was already this deep into the map. So the permanent fix obviously is to use straw me, but if the map has it built in, you can't. The fix is to open your XML, and actually I'll show you right now how to do it. So you go to your farm sim folder, right here. While I've got the game up here, I'll show you right now. Save game 5. Load up your items XML.
We can only see your farm sim game. Oh, never mind, it's there.
Yeah, give it a second.
It just popped up.
I believe it's items.xml. Search for cow. So it's going to show this here. So you go to your fill level here. And so if you did that, you want to go, you want to zero them all out. All 3 of them have to be zeroed, and you have to start over again and put your straw back in. And don't put more than 1. So the way this works is your bar in game only shows a third because it's expecting 3 fill types, but if you put more than 1 in, it messes it up and it bugs out. You can't put anything into it. So that's how you do that. It's just...
Oh, so it's never going to fill the bar up, really?
Yeah, it'll only do a third. So yeah, just make sure when you do this, only edit the numbers. Don't get rid of the quotation marks. Don't get rid of the little slash. Don't get rid of that. And certainly don't get rid of any of this. Just take the first number and zero it. And if there's any numbers after it, make sure there's 6 zeros instead. No problem, Bacon.
I got quite a lot of stuff here. I don't even know how many this is. Like, I don't know. Probably it's 30. It should be 32 straw bales, straw square bales, 2 pallets of milk replacer powder, 7 silage bales wrapped, a lot of whatever this is. I forget, corn stalks because I messed up and put hay into my forage wagon to try and...
Alright guys, I'm going to call it a night now. Everybody have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. If you like this, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm hoping to do more live streams more often. I can only usually do it on the weekends though because I work afternoon shift, so unless you guys like watching streams at 3 in the morning, I can definitely arrange for those. Otherwise, have a great night everybody, and I'll see you on the next stream. Thanks.